Google machine and get ready to rumble.
Did you guys see how like the Rams have had Bruce Buffer?
Oh yeah,
doing like the kickoff thing, right? Like as they're kicking the ball off, it's kind of dope.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great. You'd think that'd be like a Vegas thing, but
Oh.
And he gets paid. Let's see. I saw a video.
probably something stupid like $200K an intro.
Yeah, I can't remember what the. But yeah, it was like anywhere from, like, he charges anywhere from $10,000. I think the most he's ever gotten paid was like $2 million just to say it.
That's crazy, dude.
Wild.
Just to say,
wild.
let's get ready to rumble.
Then you got his brother with the "It's time." But, yeah.
What a crazy family like business to
Right.
be in.
Like we
Bruce
sell our
Buffer,
voice.
Michael Buffer.
They had to. Who was their father? Their father had to have been a staple before our time.
I don't know.
There's no way some just random family out of there just had two random brothers.
Okay, so it's Michael. Michael Buffer's the one that's been doing the Rams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bruce
Bruce
is
is
the
the UFC.
Gotcha. My bad.
So
I misspoke.
Michael Buffer.
Yeah, what's the old early life?
Yeah, because Bruce does the boxing, right?
Yeah. No, Michael
Buffer
This
does
one
the
right here.
boxing and professional wrestling. And he's the
left
president
hip.
and CEO of the company, the Buffer Partnership.
Butler holds a black belt.
And Tang Soo Do.
Well, that's Bruce, right?
Um,
That's the UFC
yes,
guys, the
yes,
black belt.
The black, Bruce
Yeah.
Buffer. Yep.
Ain't that something?
Fucking
Well,
bad.
so who
motherfuckers.
is his dad? Doesn't usually it has the parents right here.
You scroll up. It was on the right hand side of the screen. Oh, it doesn't. It just
Relatives. It just says Michael Buffer.
So maybe they don't have famous parents, bud. You would think it would say legendary son of.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
Well, we should get ready to rumble.
Oh, personal life. Here we go.
What?
Oh, there you go.
They're half brothers?
They're half brothers.
Did you read that? When
Yeah.
their birth father contacted Michael after seeing him on television. So
That's
they didn't
crazy.
even
So
know they
didn't
were
even know
brothers
each other until 1989.
Until they were like adults working.
as
Yeah.
selling their voices. And they're
Yeah.
like, we sound awful alike. Oh, we're brothers.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's next level.
Interesting. The more you know, I guess.
Yeah. It's a very informational show, guys.
That's what we do.
Nothing but the facts. They probably could be disputed in a court of law, so I'm not going to say anything.
So
Welcome to the beautiful CND show.
we have a winner.
We have a winner of the Biggest Loser Challenge.
Hi, guys.
If
And
you
the
didn't-
biggest loser he was. Holy fuck.
Dude, and I'm proud. I'm proud of him.
I am very impressed. And he looks amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was
If you didn't notice the trophy sitting to his left.
Well, for those of you listening, you can't hear my trophy, but it's
Oh, you can hear it. It's taking up
it's
space
pretty
over
loud
there.
for a trophy. So it's taller than I am.
It is.
Which
as
isn't saying
as
much,
he is
but-
sitting down, it is taller than him, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Speaking of listeners, real quick, if you want to watch us, we are on YouTube.
It's true.
Look up the Casting Pods Network on YouTube, and all of our CND show videos are on. Well, not all of them. Sorry.
I think we started episode 5.
We started at episode 5 was when we started recording
so
video.
at this point, half.
So yeah, half of them are up there.
And moving forward.
And moving forward,
Yep.
they will have we will have all of them up there. So there is video out if you guys do want to watch rather than listen. I'd still appreciate you guys downloading it
Yeah.
to listen to.
And if you do watch, like, click the like button on the old YouTube, would you?
yeah,
Yeah.
what did the YouTubers say? Go and smash that like button and hit the subscribe.
Yeah, and hit the
Is that what they
subscribe.
say?
Yeah, I think
My
so.
kids would know. All they do is watch YouTube.
Facts.
One of these days, they're going to stumble across our podcast and be like, oh, my God, I know these guys.
Goodness.
Parental
That's
controls.
probably-
Yeah,
button.
Yeah, no
we're going to have
kidding.
to turn that off.
Who do you
So-
not want to see this video? I'm just going to give you a short list of names.
Right. So, yes, go check out YouTube, the Casting Pods Network, and there is a playlist with all of our, or the last 5 shows. And moving forward,
Holla.
that's where there will be. So,
Yeah.
Um,
So download the episodes for the podcast.
yep.
Like the videos on YouTube.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like. Share them on Facebook.
Comment on the YouTube videos.
Don't forget
we
to
can
leave
interact that way.
your pinnacle moment. I still don't have a good name for it.
Oh yeah,
The
Yeah,
War
yeah.
Eagle moment, you
War
know,
War Eagle.
moment.
the majestic flying moment of the show.
I told my boss and my coworker that story, and they did not believe me. I had to pull up the Auburn
Yeah, that's
website.
crazy. It's still I
It's
listened to
still
the show
amazing. I was dying.
today,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
like, that can't be real.
I was dying.
Just
So, anyways, back to
yes.
this handsome devil to my left. And
He's still just holding
he's-
on to the
Yeah,
trophy.
yeah. I don't think
He's
he's
not
like,
going to let it go.
No,
Yeah.
no. There's no reason to. I worked hard for this trophy. It's mine. It'll be staying with us. My wife probably doesn't know this yet, but it'll be sleeping in the bed with us.
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
so I mean, she'll find out here in a few hours. But
This is true.
I don't know. Yeah.
So
I'm sure. she-
we'll start off with Nick.
Hey, bud.
I think that's the easiest one.
I think they would say Mr. Consistent.
So Nick,
There is something to be said for staying the course.
God,
Was it?
now
It's
won't-
neutral. Like it wasn't good, wasn't bad.
Regular Switzerland over here.
Yeah.
He decided to stay out of the challenge.
Well, I'm not gonna
So-
lie. I was doing a little better
There
up
we go.
until about the last 2 weeks,
So half of it.
half of it, because once I didn't get really any progress, and David and Chad were blowing our chat up with. David wasn't saying any numbers.
That's
But-
I was.
but-
It bothered me so much.
I knew I had no chance.
You gotta put the work in.
Yeah. But
So
we could talk numbers here. I still have some green on the sheet. I got some
So
yellow
Nick,
in there, but
this is the start here. So Nick started at 198.4.
The lowest of any of us to start with.
Yes. He is now down to 197.4. So he lost 1 whole pound
Even.
throughout this
Yeah.
month.
even flat.
Fantastic.
And a lot of his all of your numbers are like the same. So,
Consistent.
Yeah.
Consistent. Yeah.
It's very consistent.
Yep.
There's
There's something to be said for that.
Yeah, yeah. And then we'll hop over to me real quick. So I started out at 228.4, and I weighed in today at 216.6. So I lost 11.4.
Which is good.
Yeah, I was
mean,
pretty happy.
I
with
don't
that.
think
It
you should be
wasn't my
mad about
goal.
11 pounds.
No,
That's-
I was pretty happy about it. My goal was anywhere between 15 to 20, but I didn't reach that. So, and I think I'm still gonna, because I told Carrie I wanted to get down to like 200. That's kind of where I want to be. So I'll probably stick with it. I won't be like as crazy about it as we were for the whole month, but I'm definitely gonna like stop eating burritos the size of my forearms for lunch,
Yeah.
because that's one thing that I always did was I'd always go out to eat for lunch. I'd always go get fast food or something. And since we've been doing this, and a lot of times actually I've just like worked through lunch and I never was really hungry. I just didn't think about it. But when I did eat lunch, I had just a very small portion. That was probably the proper portion for lunch. So, just moving forward, I think I'm going to try to stick with that as best as possible. Now on to
The champ.
the
The undisputed champ.
Yeah,
I
The
just wanna-
inaugural
Biggest Loser.
champ.
Before we get into this, I just want you guys. In the last episode, you guys have been doing a little side talk. You're like, no percentages, because David might win percentage. Let's do overall weight loss, because then I have a better chance. These are Chad's.
You stomped both of them.
So I just want to. I took that, like Michael Jordan would say, and I took that personally.
Yeah. So David started out and weighed in at 205.6.
Oof.
And
205 still sounds good. Like,
Yeah.
may not
And,
look good, but it sounds good.
right.
That's a just listen, don't view kind of.
Yeah, exactly. So when David stepped on the scale after our 1 month of doing this weight loss, he weighed in at 181.2 with a total loss
Hell
of
yeah.
24.4 pounds. Just fucking killed it.
Wrecked him.
Just
damn near
absolutely
killed
killed it. And I think the
All I
most,
do is win no matter what. I
think
think that's the song, right?
Yeah,
It's not. It
yeah,
should be.
yeah.
All right.
I think the most important number for him though was that metabolic age went down 3 years.
That's good.
So he got 3 years back.
I'm still 4 years over my actual age, but I'm closer, so I'm happy. There's definitely a lot more green on my my screen.
You
this
were
time.
no longer in the obesity category.
Whoop, whoop.
You're just overweight.
Yeah. Yeah, I still feel that. Like I feel better, but I mean, I know.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So since you lost so much,
Yes.
so last episode we were also talking about, or when we first did it, sorry, we were talking about the weight that you should be at.
Right.
Now, do you feel like that's a more likely number?
I mean, yeah.
But
I'm
I
like
didn't
like
before.
halfway to what that number should be. So at the time, it seems like a astronomical
Cool
ask.
amount, right?
Right.
Where now I'm closer. So yeah, it seems more realistic. But
Yeah, I mean, and I don't mean to put the kibosh on you here, but you still have another 30 pounds to go before you're
Right.
in that normal range, which to
Yeah.
me is crazy. I
yeah,
think that's
150 seems
153.8
scrawny
is
and
the
little.
yeah, and that just
Yeah.
seems weird.
So I'm
That's
kind of
not- that
aiming
doesn't seem
for
right.
like 170. Like if I could
Yeah.
bounce between like 170, 175, that's
Yeah.
kind of. So
About where you wanna
I'm gonna
be.
try to get down there and then like maintain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is gonna be kind of like what Chad said. You know, I won't be as strict as I was. Like for instance, I just smashed 2 KFC chicken sandwiches,
Yeah.
which were delicious. I mean, amazing. I'm drinking beer, which is lovely. But yeah, so I won't be as strict, but like I still want to like I've got this
You
far.
obviously
I don't
you've
want
worked this
to well, one, I don't want to go back to where I was, but two, I
Right.
know that I'm on my way. I can get to where I want to go. For me, and we kind of talked about this earlier, it's finding that time to get some exercise in, because that's been, I always thought with losing weight I could do the exercise part, but eating,
The eating part was
that
gonna
would be the
tough.
hard part.
Yeah.
And in doing this, I totally changed the way I ate, and I did not get any exercise into my routine at all, which was frustrating. I brought that up earlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it would have been fun to see if I could have actually done something throughout this, where I could have been. I'm happy with the numbers, sure, but, there's more to do.
Oh yeah.
Job's not done.
Job's not done.
Well, and with doing this as just a 1 month thing, that 24 pounds is really impressive.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's worth the trophy. You should have got a bigger trophy.
You
Should've got a
absolutely
10-footer.
killed it.
Yeah, it's got to be able to fit in the car to get back home.
True.
So
True.
I've got to keep it leaned over this way so it doesn't hit the ceiling.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that, and so it stays in the frame. Of the
I was
video.
wondering if your shoulder's starting to get tired from holding that.
No,
fucking
but
heavy thing.
no. Although when I picked it up to drink out of it earlier, that was a bit unruly.
It was
but
impressive. You'll see it.
Oh yeah. We've got
That's
the
legendary
final
TikTok.
We've got the final weigh-in video, and we've got the trophy ceremony.
Yes.
And the ceremonial drinking of the trophy, drinking
There's-
out of the trophy.
There's only one thing to do with a trophy like that, and
Well,
it's
yeah,
drink
absolutely,
out of it. So
absolutely. So
uh,
that'll all be coming out. I'll work on that this weekend.
it does feel good. Like I was telling you guys, I was a little nervous. Chad kept telling me, kind of where your numbers were, where you're saying, and I honestly just thought you were bullshitting me this whole time. Trying to play mind games, so I would kind of go lax on where I was. So I was happy to see the numbers I did, but
Yeah.
I was aiming for 25, so I didn't quite get to that, but I mean I'll take 24 and a half.
24 and a half. You're a half pound off. That's really not that bad.
So yeah,
If you would have done that hula hoop for maybe 5 minutes, you probably would have lost that half a pound.
Yeah, thank you for letting me indulge myself in that.
You got to do one little baby physical activity.
That was
it was only about 30 seconds.
That was it, but I did it, and I think that helped. I do. I think
it
pushed me over the top. So.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Like I said, whenever you guys want to get on the David Jones diet plan, I'd be more than happy to help you out. But
yeah, and I said this in our group chat earlier. I feel like now that we're done with this, and I don't want to, but I feel like I'm probably gonna be really close to what I was at.
Well, it's a choice, man.
I know, but. Yeah, it's just gonna be tough.
This is the start of a long road.
Nick,
and we're going the right direction.
You taking like the long,
1 year from now.
Yeah, 1 year.
In 2023, Nick is going to be down
12
pounds.
That's good.
Yeah, that's consistent.
Yeah,
that's good. If you can consistently,
a pound a month, I'm in, bud.
That's good.
We'll get there.
Hey.
I feel like the winter time is also not my best.
I think
that
was a tricky thing because obviously we're not outside doing stuff. We're a lot more active when it's warmer. So I mean, I probably could have lost like 70 pounds.
Probably,
if it was summertime. So
especially with you playing like 6 nights of softball.
No. My lovely wife will attest. I don't, can't play that much softball. So.
Okay, sorry. 5 nights of softball.
No.
Just 3 leagues, then he subs a couple nights a week.
Right.
Well, sure.
So some weeks maybe, but not every week.
Every now and then people get desperate enough to take me on, but, now, I am hoping for a little extra speed boost. Being down.
Yeah, being down that.
Might be able to beat out some
pounds.
of these weak grounders that I can hit.
There you
go.
Start legging out triples, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just trying to get to first.
I want to see it. I want to see him start running it.
Just trying to get to first. That's what I'm hoping. I want to be as aggressive base running as Nick is.
That's what I'm saying. David's newfound speed with my base running.
Right. I think if we could mend those together, we could be something special.
Yeah. Because don't get you wrong, David's probably faster than me now, but I'll attempt it. I might get.
I think
thrown
David
out
was
by
faster than you to start.
Yeah. Thank you. I was gonna say it, but I didn't want it to come off as me. I feel like I've been faster than you, regardless of the weight.
That's what I was literally saying.
All right.
Like,
just faster.
No, I'm saying you're faster, but my mentality that I thought I was gonna run something out, even though I know I'm not fast.
That's fair. Yeah,
I've never been fast, so I just want to get to first.
That's my plan. Just it's not my job to hit her with the big ones. I just get on base. That's my job. So we'll see. It's coming. I can't wait. I'm super excited for softball. It's hard to think about softball when it's -2 outside, but I'm ready.
Shit.
Like I was saying that I'm like, we gotta get out and do some BP, and then I'm outside for 2 seconds. I'm like, fuck outside, but
outside, everything.
Ain't doing
outside.
this outside business.
I am really excited. And I sent you guys the pictures. My mom sent me pictures of their pond right now, and it's completely frozen over. And Saturday, it's supposed to be like 40 degrees outside. So I'm going to go down and do some skating, go play some hockey down
So is that safe? With it being warm like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long can it be warm and your ice be okay that you can still skate around on it?
Mm-hmm.
It could probably go for a couple days.
Yeah, okay.
But it also depends on the overnight lows, too.
That's fair. Yeah, that's kind of
because then it would melt and refreeze.
Mm-hmm. That's the nice thing about
nature's
when it does
Zamboni.
Yeah, exactly. When it does get warmer during the day and the sun beats down on it, it does kind of melt that, and then it refreezes. And if it's not windy, it'll just be like glass. It'll be nice. So
I've never even tried to ice skate, but you make it sound really good. I want to be a part of it.
It is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I like it.
I feel like I would be like, what is it, Mendoza in D2?
Yeah.
Where I could go. I'm not saying I could go as fast, but I think I could go, but no stopping.
You can't stop.
And there's no walls at the pond.
No, there's not.
So, where do I go? I'm just in the bushes? That doesn't sound...
To shore?
Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know if that sounds as fun. But
I would say I played roller hockey growing up, and then, as a kid, I tried to transition into ice hockey. And
I think I've ice skated once when I was
I couldn't do it. I could not stop. Same thing.
So
and I wasn't
can't
very fast
stop.
on skates, but yeah, I just can't. I could slow down, but I don't think I could be competitive because my skating is not what it was like in roller skates.
I think I would just have to like stop moving and let my momentum just run out. That'd be
Yeah.
about the best I could do. So I don't think, like ice hockey's really in my future. But
Yeah, I used to
rollerblades,
play.
you want to do
Right, that's what I'm
rollerblades?
saying,
Yeah.
We
yeah.
can go.
It
We can
was-
go hit up
Yep.
Skate South and
I
just
couldn't transition.
whip it, bud.
Fuck
Get
yeah.
crazy with it. Now I can't do no backward shit or nothing like that, but I can go around
Yeah,
just normal.
that's all you need to do.
It works
Just
for
one
me.
way.
I haven't been skating in forever. Forever.
A lot of the kids have their parties at the Skate South, so I get
That's
out there
true,
with
yeah.
them. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of the adults, the parents, they just stay on the outside. I'm like, what are you doing? Throw some skates on, get out here, guys. It's a party. And then I want to keep skating, and the kids are like, all right, I'm done. I'm like, you went around once. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, let's go, let's go, lap it up. They're gonna play downtown.
Do you do the little
That's what
roller
I'm saying,
skate
like
dance
this-
as you go?
Oh, but I
Or do you
Do
wear
ya?
I
quads?
jam.
Do you wear quads?
what? No, I
Okay.
go
Inline?
inlines.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I could see you rocking some quads, dude.
I could
Now that
see
I'm
you-
really
yeah, I
putting
could
this
see
picture
you
together.
rocking
Honestly, I think at
skates,
this point I'd have a harder time in the quads because I'm just not used to them. But I think
Yeah.
once I got the hang of it, I think I could.
Rock
But
some
yeah,
quads.
there's a little wiggle there. You know, I get the hips moving.
Yeah.
You know, especially like
Start
when I am
bouncing with
going
it.
because a lot of times it's Olivia out there, so I like to go a little extra, embarrass her a little bit. You know. Because she's like, no, I'm fine. I can skate. You go. And I'm like, okay. And then I'll sneak back around, give him a little shimmy shake. You know, hey, what's up, kids? She's like, I don't know him, guys. I don't know him. That's fine.
Stranger danger.
Stranger danger, bud.
Yeah, it's a fine line. You got to be careful. But
yeah, right.
yeah,
That's funny.
I do like the skating.
Yeah, I haven't been roller skating in a long time.
I can't
I've
do that
been-
limbo though.
Oh,
No.
yeah, that's
No.
No.
you can't. So you're telling me you can't do the splits?
No.
Maybe if you had quads on. See.
Yeah, I mean,
true.
there's a lot of questions that don't have answers, and I think that's one of them. You know, some things you'll just never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even want to try. Like I would hurt something, and then I wouldn't be able to walk for a week after that. So
Right.
I'll pass.
Hard pass.
So you got any fun facts of the day, Chad?
Yeah.
I have one real quick,
Oh, yeah.
if you don't mind.
Go
This
ahead.
trophy is 4.5 feet tall. Okay, carry on.
Okay.
All right.
So, did you know that you guys know the book Green Eggs and Ham?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course, Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know that he actually wrote that book because of a bet?
Okay, I've heard something like this, but I thought it was a different one. So enlighten me. I thought you were gonna
So-
drop a bombshell, say he wasn't a real doctor.
No.
Okay, well, good. I feel better now.
I don't know anything about Dr. Seuss. I just know that he wrote Green Eggs and Ham as a bet because his publisher, after he wrote Cat in the Hat, made a bet with him that he couldn't write another book with fewer words.
So that's why it's so repetitive.
Yeah,
It's the same sort of.
yeah.
Okay.
So he wrote Green Eggs and Ham on a bet.
So I have a newfound respect for Dr. Seuss because he was a petty fucker, and I like that.
I can do this.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
make this happen.
He goes, "Oh, I can't." Oh, I can.
And it's gonna sell, motherfucker.
Do you think when Dr. Seuss, and I don't know,
Yeah.
like, was he very popular when he was alive, or
I
was
would
it?
imagine so.
Well, I don't know, because like you know, some people like,
Like
they
after they
right.
die. Yeah.
So like, did he know when he was writing Cat in the Hat that he was the shit, or you know what I mean? Like, wasn't it like Picasso or whatever? Like, he didn't sell any paintings until
he was born
like,
in what,
after he was dead.
1904? Some of this is
He was born
1904
March 2nd, 1904 to
Okay.
and died in 91.
September
Hot
24th
damn.
of 1991. So so he knew he was the shit.
But when like okay,
But when did he write those? Like, how
Right.
old are the books?
yeah, like, how old is Green Eggs and Ham? When did that come out?
If it was like 19.
So it looks like
Well, the Cat in the Hat was in 1957. Green Eggs and Ham was 1960.
okay, so he was 50 some
56,
years
yeah.
old when he wrote these books.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Lorax was 1971. Oh, the Places You'll Go is the last one he published, and it was in 1990 was when that came out.
No kidding.
Yeah.
He published over 60 books.
I believe that. I don't know if there still is. There used to be in Valley Junction like a whole like art gallery that was different like paintings and sculptures of different Dr. Seuss stuff. It was
really?
sweet.
Huh.
If you had like $3,000, you could get a bookmark because the shit
Seriously?
was expensive. Like it was
Jesus.
but
Huh.
yeah, super
So
cool.
there you go.
So yeah, Dr. Seuss, Petty. I love it.
Love it.
Sticking with children's books.
Ooh, okay.
Where the Wild Things Are.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you familiar with that book, Nick? So apparently,
Which is also a movie, right?
yes, I think they did make a
Yes,
movie.
they
yeah.
made a movie out of it.
Yeah. So apparently,
Much like most of Dr. Seuss's books.
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah. So apparently, with Where the Wild Things Are, it was actually supposed to be a book about horses instead of like random
cool monster
creatures.
guys.
Yeah. But the author couldn't draw horses very well for the illustrations.
That's fantastic.
So he like completely
changed the whole book.
everything. Yeah.
And then the wild still makes sense. So where the wild things are could be like wild horses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because if I remember right, he grew
So
up on
was
like
the-
a farm in Massachusetts or something.
Okay.
And so he had like this place that he would go on his farm, and he would be with like all these horses and shit. And
So okay, now and I'm
So
trying
was
to
that
remember.
what the book was originally wrote about then?
yeah, it was,
But he
it was
couldn't
like
draw
based
the
off of
pictures.
his, but he couldn't draw a horse very well. So he went with like these weird monster things instead.
So okay, so there's the kid that wears like the pajamas of the monsters. So was he wearing like horse pajamas then originally?
Probably, yeah.
Interesting.
He's
I don't
a-
feel like horse pajamas is a very good look. You know.
I mean, he's on a farm though, so I mean,
Well, you never know.
I don't. Yeah.
Do you have you seen horse pajamas?
No, I'm just thinking like the horse head in general, like as a top of a pajama, I don't feel like would look very cool. You know, like it's so oblong and like, you know, I don't.
and I mean, they would have the whole body too. You know what I mean? Or
Well, because
just-
you know what I mean, like the Wild Things, like he's wearing like the whole like bodysuit, and he's got
Yeah.
the crown, and I'm just having a hard. I mean, it's one of those things that like,
Oh, like right there.
you know, it worked because it didn't work. Well, I'm talking about like, that's horses on pajamas.
he's talking about like
Oh,
a
like
horse.
the actual. Oh, I see
Like,
what you mean. Yeah.
You see how I mean? Like, so the
so
head.
like this guy here. See, that's not.
Now they
that's
do
not
make
bad.
that looks pretty good. Actually.
and then you're
okay.
just you're just the
yeah,
head
yeah,
kind
that's
of.
fair.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking more like the whole head's like a stuffed animal on top of your head.
Oh,
It'd be
yeah.
very strange.
Yeah, that would be a little strange.
But yeah, when you put it on the computer like that, actually, someone figured that out already. So good for them.
making millions, good jillions of dollars.
Full disclosure, I'm not really a horse person, so it's not really my thing. I had a bad experience.
I had a
one
bad
time,
experience riding a horse too, but
and that's enough of that. So
Nay.
you first. I'll tell mine. You tell yours, bud.
okay, so we were in Colorado. We had helped.
At least it was beautiful. At least yours. was a
So
beautiful setting.
I think that was the last time I'd been in Colorado until your sham wedding. So anyway, we had helped a family. So at the time I was homeschooled. Fun fact, we can talk about that some more. I got lots of good homeschool stories.
But were the school dances?
No comment. I'd rather not get into the hazing that I endured. But yeah, I feel like the teacher really had it out for me. But
God damn it, Dad taped me to the pole again.
that was my mom. That's my mom. Anyway, so all right, Colorado. We help a family move out there into, I believe the town was called Paonia.
Okay.
Okay, it's a tiny little town. Okay, so one of the days, because we spent like 3 weeks out there after we moved, because we didn't have school to go to, so we could just kind of do whatever the fuck we wanted. So they're like, oh, we're gonna go horseback riding, great. So they drive us all the way fucking the top of these goddamn mountains, just like Nick did. Luckily, I didn't get quite as sick this time. But
You're in the wrong vehicle to ride in. I tried to explain it. I'll ride with the girls. I'm like, okay, have fun, man.
well, in most cases, I will pick those girls over you guys. No offense, but they're much better looking than you are.
But driving up a mountain.
Well, you live, you learn. Okay, so horses.
Everybody in my vehicle was fine. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
But also, I'm guessing David probably gets some motion sickness.
I didn't think I did, but now I'm rethinking whether I get motion sickness or not. Like I normally I could read like a book while we're driving and like that won't bother like fine.
Right.
But these goddamn little mountain passes they had us climbing up like some fucking billy goats. Like that was. Anyway, horses. Okay, so we go. I'm already not feeling. I was basically Nick. I was grumpy about the situation before we even started. So that does tend to ruin the situation before you get there.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, he's nervous. He doesn't want to really do the horse thing because we're children, but they're having us all on our own horses, which I feel like is unsafe. I don't know, but I don't know. So they're like, okay, we're going to give you like the old guy, slow, like take it easy horse. All right. Like the beginner horse.
Right. Like,
So I hop on this fucking beast,
Old stallion.
Yeah.
the horse they're about to take out back.
I'm strapped in, like, okay, so everybody, like, we're going through, like, the woods and shit up on the top of the mountain. It was very pretty, I will say that. But we're up there, and everyone else is fucking, like, galloping away up there. They're having a grand old time, they're trotting, they're doing all these other horse things. Well, me and Old Yeller here are just slowly climbing up the back. Everyone, like, I can still see everyone, but, like, they're a ways
up there, yeah.
Like, we're not going fast. I don't really know how to make him go fast. I don't want to even try to make him go fast. He's totally fine just taking it easy, so fuck it. We'll get there when we get there. Well, so there is luckily one adult with us, like some ranch hand or something. I don't remember specifically. But they circle back, and they're like, hey, we got to catch up with the group. You got to give the horse a little hi-ya or whatever to get going.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to hi-ya the horse. I'm good. We're on a good pace. We're just chilling. Kind of like when we drove out to Colorado. We're not going fast. Cruise control, let's just take it easy.
Yeah.
Okay? That's what we're doing. That was me on the horse. Well,
Cruise control set.
yes. Yes, I was fine. I'm like, I don't need to be up with those people. It's fine. No big deal. I'm just a man alone. All right. Well, so this fucker decides they are going to hi-ya the horse for me. Okay. So now the horse is like, fuck this. And kicks my ass off the back. And so I go flailing through the air. I land on the ground. I'll be honest, I start crying. I think I would do the same in the situation right now. I'm unhappy. The horse is like, well, that's what you fucking get. And then the guy's trying to tell me to hop back on the horse. I'm like, fuck you and the horse. I'm not getting on the horse that just kicked me off. So I walked next to the ranch hand's horse on the other side of the horse that kicked me off all the fucking way back.
Fuck you and the horse I rode in on.
Yeah. And I've not been on a horse since. I have no desire to ever be on a horse again. Like Lacey likes horses. Good for her. She can have them. Away from me, I don't want nothing to do with them. Nick, go ahead.
I don't know if mine's that excellent, but it was a little bit of the opposite.
You got kicked onto a horse?
No, not the kicked off part, the speed part.
Oh.
Okay, so
fucking zooming.
this place was on R63, just south of Norwalk.
Yeah.
And then not like the main entrance by like Warrior Run, but like the next gravel road down.
Yeah.
Kind of, it's not very far out of, actually from here even.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like 20 at the time. And we all go, and it was a group of us. And we go into this like barn, Morton building type thing. And there's these horses in there. Well, they were kind of introducing us and trying to find our horse first or whatever. And this big, tall farmer fucker looks right at me and goes, "Oh, we got ourselves a city boy here, bud." I'm like, oh, God.
Uh-oh.
He's like, "You ever rode a horse before?" And I was like, "Yeah, when I was like 9. Same in the Dells one time, and did not have a bad experience. But other than that, I've never really been around horses. So I was already sketched out anyway. Same thing. I really didn't want to be there. So I wasn't grumpy, but I was down. I'm like, all right.
I'm shocked to believe that you weren't grumpy in a situation.
Yeah, right.
We're in the pen with all these horses, and he's like, no, you're coming with me. And I was like, that's what I thought. Same thing. I'm gonna get like this.
Yeah.
No. He grabbed like one of their personal horses from outside, and he said, "Have fun, bud." So everybody else, and there was a trail going out, and I got on this fucking horse, and it just shit and get as fast as it fucking could across the field. I swear to God. And I literally thought I was going to fall off this thing. I'm fucking screaming to try to get this horse to fucking stop, and it literally just ran wild for like 45 minutes. It didn't just right when I got on it, it sprinted and then it calmed down and like the group's going the trail and this thing's like running up to them, running back over, and I'm in no control of this fucker, just riding it out. Did not have a good time, and I have never rode a horse since.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Preach, because
No.
There's one thing we won't be adding to our fun day list.
We're not
and it's
gonna-
horse riding.
Yeah, we're not
Okay,
going to
so
roll
we're
up to
not
the
going-
saloon on the horse.
We're not going horseback riding. All right.
No.
I mean,
Chad, I
you
apologize
can,
if
yeah.
like that's something you really like to do or you want to do, but you will be
I've done it.
riding
couple
solo,
times.
as Jason Derulo would say.
Right. I've done it a couple times. No really bad experiences. When I was first learning like how to control the horse.
That would have been helpful in
Right,
knowledge.
you
that
don't
was-
just throw somebody on a horse. I don't feel
Yeah,
like.
so like when I was first learning that, I mean there was a couple sketchy parts. Like so,
Well,
basically,
you
with
had like
horses,
Buford
like-
walking him around
Oh,
the whole
did
time.
you take lessons?
No, I didn't. I never took
Oh,
lessons.
okay. I was
No, so
confused there for a second.
actually, so the picture that's on top of the dresser there is from Montana. My buddy won a all expenses paid trip to the Marlboro Ranch,
Oh, that's pretty dope.
and he got to take one person, so he took me. So we went out to the Marlboro Ranch for like a week. We got to do like all kinds of shit. Free drinks, free food.
How old were you for this? I'm assuming at least 21 from the sounds of all the drinks.
20, 23, 24 ish. I mean, it was that like 6 years ago, 7 years ago. It was pretty sweet. But
That
one
does
of the
sound pretty cool.
so there was
Not
like
Buford drove him, but
we did like mountain biking, like through the mountains, like down trails and shit. Horseback riding. So there was the horseback riding through trails where you just like kind of trot and go through the trails and shit. There was also horseback riding for a cattle drive. So we actually got to
You went like straight up city slicker stuff.
yeah, dude.
Now that's pretty badass. Bud.
There was
Did you have an old man that came with you and cooked?
no.
Oh, that would have been so cool.
No, we did not have Sam Elliott with us.
was it Curly or was Curly's gold? I don't remember. Carry on.
But yeah, so though we did the cattle drive and just trotted the trails. And when we were learning how to use the horses properly, there was a couple times, and like we were in like an enclosure, so you're supposed to, like, if you want them to go a little faster, you squeeze them with your legs. If you want them to slow down, you let go. Like, you don't like let go, but you release the pressure, and then you kind of pull back, and then you turn their head which way you want to turn. Right? So
I feel like all of this would have been useful information for either Nick or I.
yeah.
Instead,
I
we got the
literally
whole
just held
figure the
on,
fuck
bud.
out.
Yeah.
And they like slap.
yeah, if somebody had told me that if I'd have yanked back on it, it would have slowed down, I probably would have been kicked off because I'd have yanked on that fucker so hard, bud. Brakes.
Oh fuck. But yeah, so there was one point where they were like, okay, go ahead and trot him a little bit faster. So I squeezed him a little bit, and he started going faster. Well, then he started going real fast, and I'm like squeezing him harder, trying to hold on, and he keeps going faster. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, that's a catch-22 right there.
Yeah.
You got yourself in a bad spot.
Yeah, that was about the only sketchy part about it. After that, we figured it out pretty quick, and it was pretty fun. Actually, I have pictures somewhere. I'll have to show you guys. But we did like zip lining, like over like a canyon.
Jesus.
They
Was it
had
like the Marlboro Ranch?
yeah, like Marlboro, like cigarettes.
How
like
the fuck
Marlboro.
do you win a trip to that?
Probably
You
a
just
lot of...
enter online. And actually, I
shit.
think
I should be doing these rewards, bud.
yeah,
I know. I
yeah.
bet you got plenty. But
well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like I'm
you
getting
got to
left
put in
out
the
here.
old proof of purchase or whatever. You'd be good. You know, the only time I've ever bought cigarettes in my entire life was for Becky.
You're a legend. I appreciate
It's
that.
the only pack of cigarettes I've ever bought in my entire life. And
Nice guy.
I'm waiting in line at the Get and Go to buy these cigarettes, and I know there's a specific brand I'm supposed to get. Well, I cannot see them on the counter, so I'm like, "Fuck, man!" Like, I'm gonna.
What if this person asks me because they don't know
You
either?
know.
Because a lot of the attendants or whatever will ask me like it's right there. They're like, "Oh, I don't sell those often."
Well, so I couldn't see it. So I'm like 3 people behind in line, which seemed ridiculous for that Get and Go, if I'm being honest. But like, I'm trying to go through my mind. Like, I felt like I was 15 trying to buy cigarettes, and like, so I'm going through it in my head. I'm like, okay, all right, I need 1 pack of this kind of Marlboro. I'm like, I can do this. You can do this, man. You're gonna do it. And, like, I'm literally texting Lacey, who's in the car. I'm like, I can't see the cigarettes they want. Like, I don't know if they have them. Like, I can't see them. Should I abort now? Like, what should I do? Because I'm having, like, a panic attack trying to buy these cigarettes as a fucking 30-plus-year-old man. And I walk in, and I say the kind that I need, and the guy's like, okay, here you go. And hands it to me, and I'm like...
Everyone's standing right behind him.
I'm like, all right, cool. All right, we did it.
So here's
Inspection pass.
here's part of the ranch. So like this is where this was the dance like bar area here, and like these are all like little shops.
Did you guys find you some dance partners? They had a dance at night. Was it like live music?
There was live music, and there was like shuffleboard tables and a huge dance.
Did they have
floor.
a bar? Like
yeah. It was like a saloon style bar. Yeah.
So could you roll up on the horses to the saloon? That's
No,
what we were just talking about.
no,
Park it outside.
No.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
time off and stuff.
Unfortunately not. No, like the activities that you did were like scheduled, and like you had to do them with the ranch
whole
hands.
squad.
Basically.
Again, that seems like the safer way to do things.
Yeah.
Right.
There's so it's an 18,000 acre ranch.
Seems pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. But there was also one of the cool parts was they have a team of Humvee drivers, and you get to drive Humvees, like military grade.
That's
like
what I'm talking about.
Humvees, and you
been
go through
there
like these
before, bud.
trails,
Yeah.
and you go. There's I have a picture of me driving the Humvee, and I'm up like the nose is pointed to the sky. I've got one wheel off the ground. It looks like we're getting ready to like tip backwards. It was fucking sweet.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
You have as a mechanic in the military, you got to take the
Oh, yeah.
driver course, bud.
Yeah.
That was like the funnest day.
Yeah.
I'm not lying to you, dude. And it was like
No, I agree. I got a very interesting text message. Carry on with your Humvee story, and I would love to share this with you.
Okay.
Oh, I was
Go ahead.
Basically, it was like a 10-mile course, but you had to pass this course or whatever. And we got strapped in a Humvee, and you had a group of 4. But the problem was some people weren't comfortable or have ever even been in that sort of terrain. You had people from all over the country.
Sure.
Yeah.
I got behind there. I was like, dude, I was made for this. This sounds like fun. You're giving me this fucking tank of a Humvee and saying drive as fast as you can to the finish line. That's how I think it.
Deal.
But it was a fucking chore, but it was fun.
Yeah.
And same thing. You're going over like cut down trees, like over.
Oh, yeah,
through,
yeah.
Like it was wild. It was a good time.
That would be sweet.
Yeah, it was.
I've never done
it's
anything
awesome.
like that, so that would be
in a
fun.
bulletproof vehicle, like
Right,
literally.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
It was
an
wild.
armored vehicle.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the one that did suck. So we also did that, but we also had to do Humvee rollover training.
Okay.
So basically, it was a Humvee on like what you would like an axis like for a globe, but they could control it with hydraulics and stuff. So they could roll it like super fast, like to represent a crash or whatever, or bomb go
or a
off.
bomb go off.
So you're like sitting in this fucking thing, and then you're obviously just seatbelt, but I mean it's all metal on the inside, very little padding and shit, and you're in full battle rattle, like this, and it's heavy, it's hot. Next thing you know, and they don't tell you
I was
anything.
about to say it's probably like a surprise when
yeah,
it
Yeah,
happens,
just
right?
whenever.
oh, bud. And then they time you. You have to be able to get out in like 2 minutes or something crazy. So, and then you're already fucking out of it because they like spin you around like you rolled, and then you come to a crashing stop, and you're already fucking dizzy and shit, trying to get up from upside down and get out of this fucking thing. And it was
Goddamn.
dude, it made me sick as fuck.
Did you have to do like the gas mask training
Oh, yeah.
stuff?
Yeah.
So my brother, when he was telling me about like you tell me how close I am here, but like you go into a room or whatever with your gas mask on, they fucking gas you up, and then someone walks around and starts yanking your fucking masks off.
Yeah. So, how ours was, I'm sure everybody's is kind of similar, but maybe a little different. I shit you not, the room was not much bigger than the room that we're in right now.
Which is a
And
very
there was-
spacious studio.
There was like 65 of us.
Jesus.
That would be a bit snug.
That would not be a spacious.
No,
area.
so and it's like I said, no windows. So you walk in, there's a door, no windows, a fucking single burner stove coming out of the center of the floor. And then I can describe this because it was like the worst experience of like physical
Goddamn, it sounds like fucking
torture I've ever. Yeah, it's
It's a
pure
regular
torture.
gas chamber, bro. Like,
Yeah, no, literally. But same thing. I was in South Carolina, so I'm in the timber of South Carolina. It's hotter than fuck outside, and you're in a room with no windows on it with no air conditioning. So they want it to get into your pores. So you're fucking sweating out of every orifice of your body with this gas mask on, and you're literally like everything's tied. The only thing that exposed is your hands and your neck. And you're standing in there, and this guy comes in like a fucking hazmat suit, and he's literally cooking this NBC gas, which is like anthrax, on the stove, and fucking doing one of these numbers, just like cooking it and tossing it in the air. It's like when you go in there, it's just like a room.
It's a pizza pie.
Oh, but it's bad. And so you have to be in there like X amount of time or whatever. So basically, we had drill sergeants in there. It's basic. It's not AIT. So it's basic. They're fucking screaming at you the whole time too. So they're trying to get in your brain and fucking rattled at you. And you're standing shoulder to shoulder with everybody around the room. And it literally, like when you first got in there, you're fine. And then a minute, two in, like my hands were on fire. The back of my neck was on fire. Like anything that had sweat on it that was exposed to this fog, it was literally felt like you were on fire. So they were going around the room, and there was like 4 drill sergeants in there, but like I said, there's 60 plus people in there. They're going around the room and asking everybody just simple questions, like just random ass shit. And if you didn't know the answer to it, by the time you were even finished saying the wrong answer, they're fucking ripping your mask off. So the problem is like I wasn't one of the first people to get my mask ripped off, and I'm watching people next to me and people across from me dropping to the floor like flies, throwing up, screaming, burning, fucking all hell. Because they do explain to you up front, if you lose your mask, do not open your fucking eyes. Like it will literally feel like your eyes are on fire. So these people are freaking out. And I'm fucking shaking at this point. I still feel like I'm on fire. And all I'm trying to focus on is not fucking up the question that they asked me. And as soon as I was honestly one of the last people. And then he was like, he asked me what my rank was, my last name, and what year my mom was born. And by the time I could even say what month it was, he fucking ripped my mask off. I didn't even have a chance to answer. He just ripped my mask off. So I'm like, mid-talk, take a deep breath, open my fucking eyes, and burning instantly, and drop, bro, drop like a fucking rock. I remember it clear to this day. I'm telling you, it was like the worst intense physical and mental thing I've ever experienced in my life. And so there's this really fucking jack dude next to me that was standing next to me. We called this dude Turbo. And he fucking dropped right next to me too, and basically you're just burning and like bodies on top of each other, everybody screaming, fucking like I said, throwing up, fucking nasty ass shit. And then they open the door and go ahead, leave. Well, now you got 60 people at the same time trying to leave this fucking room on fire, and it's a shit show.
Yeah,
literal shit show. I got ran the fuck over. But you get outside, and you have to flap like this, because it's like I said, it's into your pores, it's into everything that you've worn. Yeah. Because the clothes you got on, you're sweating through it too, so everything's fucking wet and full of this shit. And you go running outside back down like this gravel road, and everybody's just flapping, and they have to get the shit off of them, but you're still on fire, burning. Every single one of us had fucking any sort of snot, mucus, spit, and it is just fucking running out of every orifice possible. It was a fucking nightmare.
That sounds intense.
It's shocking to me that you didn't choose to go military for your whole life.
No, I wanted no part of it. No part of it.
Wow. Holy fuck, bud.
I don't think it wouldn't have been as bad if it wasn't so hot. That was the thing. The biggest
I don't
kicker.
think it was the heat that was.
No, you're already hot though. So I mean,
so you're already uncomfortable.
You're already uncomfortable. If you weren't sweating your fucking balls off, you probably wouldn't have gotten hit so bad from it. I think, honestly.
That's rough, bud.
Huh.
But they make like jail guards and shit, like prison guards. They make them go through that same training.
But don't like cops have to get
shit.
like tased and pepper sprayed, right?
Yeah, they get tased and maced. Yeah.
I didn't get maced.
Have you guys ever been tased before?
I have not.
I've been tased, but not by like a shoot taser, just like with a stick.
A stun gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I knew a officer of the law. I don't want to get too specific because he's still currently an officer of the law. But we were actually having a party at his house, and he came home and he was fine with it, right? Like he knew what was happening. But he's all done up in all of his get up, and he's like, "You guys ever been tased before?"
This sounds like a great fucking idea.
And so like you gotta get a bunch of drunk people who are like, "What? No? Like what do you mean?" And so he had like the shooter one, right?
Right.
Now he didn't shoot us with it, but what he did is he popped him out. He said, "Here, just hold that in your hand. Just hold it, and I'll zap it real quick, and you get a quick second of what it feels like, right? And like then we'll be done." So I'm like, "All right, cool, let's do it." Because
why not?
yeah, stupid. Like, did I mention we'd been drinking? Okay,
Yeah, right.
So it was my turn. I grabbed this little thing because it's just a little guy. You put it in your hand, and he goes to zap it. All right. Well, so what he didn't tell me was like when it zaps, like your muscles constrict.
Yeah.
So I couldn't let go of the thing. And I don't know this for a fact, but I feel like he didn't just turn it off when my muscles constricted. And it just went up. I got about to my elbow, and then he like turned it off, whatever. But that is crazy. I can't imagine that thing getting like. So there's two of them, right? They get like shot out or whatever.
In your back,
yeah,
or a leg.
These things go into you, and then and I'm telling you, so like at least when he was doing it, you could just hold on to it as long as you want. And that's how long it fucking zaps you.
Yeah.
So like I can imagine you piss somebody off, and they're like, "Yeah, you're gonna fucking get it now, bud."
Yeah.
It's not. It wasn't fun, and I thought I'd just be able to be like, "Ah, okay, got me." No, it was not like that at all. I could not physically open my hand because it just grabbed around it.
We had when I was in.
I know, stupid shit. Like,
Right.
why, like if someone said, "Yeah, you want to know what it's like to be taken?" No, I don't. No, I don't want anything to do with that. But I was young, dumb, drunk.
So when I was in high school, I took an aviation mechanics class, and we what?
I was just. This private school sound really nice.
It was actually through Central Campus for Des Moines Public Schools.
Yeah. Des Moines, but you shouldn't know that. They had it down at it was at the fighter wing out here.
Yeah, it was at the airport.
They didn't let me in no aviation class.
We actually got to intern with the.
I took a drywall class. That's what I took.
There you go.
I took auto, which I wish I would have took auto body, not auto tech, but that's a different decision for a different day.
But there's I can't remember the name of it. I think I want to say Magnetos, but that's not it because that's X-Men.
I was like, this sounds awesome. Let's go.
It is. It's like so. It's like this this part of the plane that creates like an electric.
The electromagnet. Right. Yeah,
right. So they to demonstrate how it works, they have one set up on this little box, and you have two leads, and you hold them, and they'll crank it real quick, and it gives you a little shock.
Okay.
Right. And so you're holding on to these things, kind of like your taser situation here. Well, us being dumb kids, one of my buddies held on to it. One of my other buddies grabbed a fucking cordless drill and just went zoom. And he couldn't let go. He's sitting here doing one of these, like shaking. No. He couldn't let go. So
because he spun the thing so fast.
Yeah, and he just like he can't. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Oh fuck! It was hilarious. I was dying.
Yeah.
Oh, so fucking funny.
From my elbow down, like it just every muscle that I had right there. What's funny? So we actually had a game. You could literally get on Google and buy this game, but it's 4 little posts that you hold on. Oh yeah. And then there's like a little buzzer, or there's like a timer thing, and like when the light goes off, you gotta be. I forget if you're the first one, you don't get zapped, and everyone else gets zapped, or if you're the last one to buzz in, then you get zapped. But, like, it's just a little game. It's just a little thing that got, like, 3 batteries in it. But that thing would fucking zap you, bud.
Yeah.
Like, to the point that, like, no one ever wanted to play it because it was not an enjoyable experience. It was a blast. Like, we should get one of these games because it was... I'd do it again.
I've seen
do that while we're camping.
I've seen one that was kind of the same thing, except it was, like, there's 6 spots and you put your fingertip in it.
Oh.
And if like I don't know,
this sounds like what Nick and Carrie were talking about earlier.
I think if you hold your fingertip in it, and then it like randomly selects like 3 people to shock or something.
Oh, yeah. So this was like you could tell like
a race back to it.
Yeah, you had to like buzz it.
What I also remember is the pins when we were kids.
The pins. Yeah, right there, bud. That's the one. Lightning reaction. That's the one. Mine was a different color, but that's the exact same thing. And it's got like 2 settings. It's got like a high and a low.
It's got a suction cup base, so you don't freak out and rip it off the table.
Dude, I'm telling you. And all it is you can look. It's only like 3 little AAA batteries or something like that. It's not like there's a ton of power in this thing, but it gets you because you're holding on to this fucker, and and you're trying real hard because you're squeezing it really fast to try to make sure you're the first one to buzz, which means you're holding on really hard when that thing zaps you.
So you never seen
can
the
do normal
pins though.
Shocking pin. I
So
don't know.
it was a fake pin, like somebody'd steal your pin, but the
You click it.
Okay.
It shocks you.
Yeah.
shit out, yeah.
Or like the gum.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
my
stick
God.
of gum
Yeah.
that like
The
So
old
this
prank
has
things.
this has normal mode is the last one to press the button gets shocked.
Yeah.
Or extreme, the first one to press the button doesn't get shocked.
Yeah. Okay. So that's That's
Yeah.
the 2 ways I was trying to remember.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's a blast. You get some drinks in you, you play that game.
That does not look like a fun game. Look at her. She threw it out of her hand. She's like, fuck this shit.
I'm telling you, it's intense. Yeah, I remember we got it, and I think I got it at a garage sale or like something like that. And it was because we always had like a shelf full of games, and people would come over. We'd have house parties, and like we'd play just about every other game except this one. Because once you played it one time, no one ever wanted to play it again.
It was fun to play at first when somebody was like, "Oh yeah, well, it looks fun." Yeah,
Yeah.
until they played.
It's kind of fun to watch other people play. is what
Right,
it is.
right.
And
It's
you're like,
one of those
haha,
things,
look at
yeah.
these guys. They don't know, and then they get
Yeah.
shot, and it's
Yeah.
fun.
That's funny.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe we could figure out a way to like plug it into the wall and really fucking get some power
get
to
some,
it.
you get some
No.
volts, get some amps running through there, bud.
You know,
Fuck.
like I want to hear a
There's
sizzle.
probably a reason there's only like 3 little AA batteries.
I'm telling you, there's not a lot of power in there, but whatever they did, they figured it out. They harnessed.
That's funny.
It looks metal. Is it metal?
Well, yes.
No, it's
It's
plastic.
plastic.
Oh, is it
Okay,
plastic?
just with like a
The one I
chrome
had
way.
was plastic. Yeah, it's not even.
Gotcha.
Maybe this fancy new one is. But
I don't know if I'd want it to be metal.
no, I don't think so. Right? No. But I mean, it's kind of like a Jeopardy buzzer type thing. You know,
Yeah.
you got it, and you're like, you're trying to push. But and if I remember right, if you push before the buzzer
thing,
goes
you get
off, then
shot.
you get zapped because like you
Ooh,
cheated.
Yeah.
You know, so you can't just be sitting there smashing. You know, you got to wait,
Yeah,
and then you
preloading
got
and
to
hoping. Yeah.
you gotta It's pretty fun.
That's awesome.
It's fun, but like also not fun at the same time, which kind of makes it more
That's why
fun.
I'm trying to get your cell here because you're like, no,
I know.
yeah, no, yeah,
I
no.
Like I don't think I'd be in the commercials for the thing, but
That's funny. Did you guys know that? So in operation, you touch the sides, it zaps. Did you know that the guy? Did you know that he actually has a name? The operation guy,
okay,
the patient. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Cavity Sam is his name.
Cavity Sam?
Cavity Sam. Yeah.
Cavity Sam.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can dig it.
Yeah. A little fun fact for you.
All right,
Huh.
ain't that something?
Ain't that something? I've been dying to hear your
Oh my God, yes.
your text
Well,
message news.
We got into some of the Nick stuff, and it was intense. So my wife just texted me, and she
Okay.
said that the cops just showed up at our house.
You didn't
Oh.
interrupt for that?
I said this is and okay. So the cops showed up at our house. They're knocking on our door. They're not busting down the door. It's not SWAT or nothing, but they're knocking on the door and they're asking. They're like, "Hey, where's it's the guy that used to live there. Okay, is he here?" No. And she's like, "No, we bought this house. Like we've had it for like a year now. It's our house. Like he's not here. This is ours."
Yeah.
And I guess they're like, "Oh, okay. Like our bad, but we had to check. He's got all these warrants out for him and everything, and like,
Oh shit.
this is his last known address and."
Yeah.
It's like, but we even heard, like, when we bought the house, the neighbors were like, well, hopefully we won't have, the cops coming as frequently as before. So, supposedly, I guess the people that lived there before were feisty, to say the least. And
Huh.
if you ever look at my front door, it's a metal, it's a metal door or whatever. There, you can tell where, like, the knuckle marks are and stuff. There's multiple, like, patches in my drywall that you can see.
Nice.
So... yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, my wife's at home. What time is it? It's
8:30.
So yeah, my 1-year-old son is sleeping. She's probably sitting there on the couch just trying to watch whatever show she wants to watch. And here's a knock on the door, which by itself would freak me out if
Yeah.
it was me,
Right,
right?
yeah.
Then she probably looks out the window and sees a fucking cop car. Then opens the door and there's these 2 fucking cops here. Hey, and they're probably super nice. Hey, how's it going? Just
Well, maybe if they thought the dude lived there, they could have been expecting the worst.
I know. Well, one of them might have been circling around back.
I'm
I
sure
don't
they
know.
probably walked around. Yeah.
But which, I mean, I apologize that they got to see how messy my backyard is, but yeah. So we're over here having a great old time, and my wife's getting, interrogated by the police.
God. And then when she listens to this, she's going to have to relive the whole
Yeah,
traumatic
man.
episode.
and she's going to know
God.
that you guys are laughing about it, and she's going to be super mad. Obviously, I'm taking this very seriously, sweetie, so.
Clearly.
But can you imagine? Like, if it was me, I would have shit my pants. Like, I don't handle that stuff well. So.
Well, that's like Becky had the one dude
With the gun,
with
yeah.
the-
Yeah,
yeah.
that's some
Just
shit,
wild,
bud.
man.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
I don't, I couldn't have handled that nearly as well. No way.
Holy shit.
Do you want to tell the Becky Gun story so people will know what's happening?
I can, yeah. So basically, I was at work.
That's what we were kind of
Oh,
trying to
sorry,
lead into
sorry,
here,
yeah,
but
I can't.
I mean, I reference a lot of
it's
fun
hard,
stories.
It's hard for me because I'm saying it off of secondhand knowledge because I wasn't there. So I was working, but I got a phone call from Becky, wanting me to leave work like right now. I was like, well, what's going on? She said, a guy with a gun just left the house. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean just left the house?
Yeah, that's kind of like a scary
So
way to
now
start.
I'm confused. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? First off, it's going to take me a half hour to get there. So is the fucker still there? Like, what the fuck happened? So basically, this guy, kid, young adult, had parked his car like 6 blocks away and was walking through the neighborhood with a rifle BB gun and obviously thought he was like James Bond or CIA and was like covert and going from trees and shit like that. So I heard a little bit of secondhand knowledge from my neighbor because he was looking out the window with his 45 in his hand because he saw this dude
ready to go.
ready to go.
Southside, bud.
And he's like, well, the problem is I don't have like the best background either, so I didn't want to go out there and
Right.
like be gun toting on this guy, so I just watched him through my window, and if anything got wild, I was gonna come guns blazing across the street. So the neighbor to the west of me has that fence in their front/side yard, so he's like shuffling along the fence and gets to the corner and is like eyeballing the house. So he's directly in front of my neighbor that I'm talking about now, and he's like acting real weird. So I guess he was like hiding up behind the tree, and then he went up and knocked on the door real quick, and then
Your door.
yeah, in the front door, which once again, Becky's home just with Cooper.
Yeah.
So this is already crazy, and Obi was out. So Becky opens the door, and he had taken like 10 feet back, and he's standing on the brick part with this rifle like to his back. Becky didn't know what the fuck he was doing, so she was like, can I help you? And then Obi was getting all sketched out because I think Obi might have saw her or whatever, so Obi's like fucking freaking out, but he always freaks out anyways.
Yeah, it
but
was just Obi.
he's fucking freaking out, wanting to like run through the door. And he was like, have you seen anything suspicious in the neighborhood right now?
This is the best part of the story coming up.
Yeah, so he's like, have you seen anything suspicious? Because I'm fucking CIA, and I'm looking for something, blah-de-da-da. Becky looks right at him and was like, you motherfucker, get off my porch. And he left.
Fucking gangster.
he left the porch.
Becky
like-
is seriously the biggest gangster ever.
And so he literally left the yard.
Hands down.
And went up like 3 houses up and broke into some old lady's and old man's house and met the wrong old man, and they held him there till the cops showed up. But yeah, it's wild.
Dude,
but they
that-
did find his car later because the little GFP neighborhood Facebook thing, the old ladies were already on it. The cops had
yeah.
already been called. They seen where he parked, and they saw him get out of his car and walk
With a fucking gun.
from about where your mom's house was, but on Palomino,
Okay.
all the way over to our side of the neighborhood.
Jesus.
And nobody stopped him from that point to that point. That's what I'm saying. Like, they all just fucking sat in their house and called the cops and said, oh my God, there's a kid with a gun in the street. I'm glad because it was middle of the day.
What do you want?
I
these
mean,
old
yeah,
ladies
what do you-
That's
what
the
do
only
you
thing I'm
do?
saying. It was
Yeah.
the middle of the day, so they had all the old people. That dude had done that at night. He probably wouldn't have made it halfway there. Somebody would have shot
Right.
his ass.
Well, yeah, you see someone sneaking around with a gun in the night, but you're
Yeah.
Yeah.
like your neighbor talking about. He's like,
Yeah. No. Pow.
that's still. I remember hearing that story, and it was like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Shit
Literally.
was crazy.
Like I would have
Broad day, at like
I
1
probably wouldn't have
o'clock in
even
the
opened the
afternoon.
door. I would have done like the peek through the window thing.
Yeah.
We have a little fucking eye hole too in the door that you or peephole
Yeah.
And she didn't even look through the people.
Yeah,
She
I would
just
do,
opened the
like,
door.
you know what I mean? Like, you always...
We get a lot of salesmen and Jehovah Witnesses in the neighborhood, though, like door-to-door salesmen and shit still.
We, like, the only time I remember someone ever coming to our house for something like that, for whatever reason, my father-in-law was over there. So maybe it was when we were moving, we had a party or something. Maybe it was one of the kids' parties, I don't remember. But, so I come up front, and I see my father-in-law standing, talking to this person in the front of my yard, you know, front of my house. I'm like, oh, okay, like, what's happening here? And so I just leave him be, because maybe he knows the guy. He knows everybody, so whatever. Well, later I ask him, I'm like, hey, who was that guy you were talking to? And he goes, oh, yeah, he was canvassing for this, or trying to sell this, or, you know, great guy, you know, I knew his grandpa, or, you know, he knows, he's got a connection to everybody, so.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so this is just like some random person, like, he's like, oh, yeah, we just got all caught up, and he went on his way. I'm like, okay. All right.
Just rolled randomly up to your house, though?
I don't know. I really don't know, because, like I said, if it was just us at home, I would have, like, looked out the window, saw that I don't know who this person is, and,
Nope.
like, don't show up to my house unannounced, because even if I can tell it's you, I probably won't even open the door. Like,
Note
let
to
me know
self.
you're coming, okay?
Right.
Like, we don't do this sneaky stuff no more.
Sneaky
All
stuff.
right, don't surprise me with something. Like, I'm at home. Leave me alone.
If I wanted to see you, I would be outside of my home.
Right? Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't. You ever do the peek out the window? You like look out?
I don't. Becky could hear something hit the side of the house in the middle of the night.
I do the peek
and then,
out.
Like, wants me to get out and go check the situation. Unless the door's getting, like, blown in, I ain't getting up.
That's
That's
fantastic.
a solid.
Yeah.
That's a solid motto.
It's,
So,
we did
I want
hear
nothing to do
something
with this.
about 2 weeks ago. We did hear something crazy, and it was when it was snowing real bad.
Yeah.
And there was something. It had to have been a branch, but it sounded like it hit the side of the house, like in our room, and it was loud. I'm like, what the fuck was that? So it's Becky. Like, it literally sounded like someone came in and like punched the side of the house. Like, what the fuck? So I actually got up and went and checked out. There was nothing outside.
I was gonna say, so being the gangster that Becky is, you
Yeah.
sent her outside,
No,
right?
I tried. She didn't go because it was cold.
It has been super cold. Like I
The
wouldn't be
fact
going
that
out
you
there
tried,
either.
though.
Yeah, I went out there. I wasn't too like scared. I honestly thought it was a branch or like a bird because we do get birds that hit the house and shit all the time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there was no evidence of anything.
Do you guys have any kind of like a bat or anything like next to your bed or by the door or anything for in
I
case
used
something
to.
to happen? Do you have
I
anything
don't.
like that?
I had an
2
old
tickets to the gun show, baby?
God.
Right, like no one wants to mess with that because like Becky would obviously knock them out.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
why you were talking about
yeah,
hers,
exactly,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Just making sure.
that's why I got the tickets.
You have the tickets,
She
like-
is the gun show.
She's the show.
He
You
just
just
has
gotta
the
watch.
tickets.
Yes. Spectator
Um,
only.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have an old aluminum baseball bat that I would keep in the house, but it's out in the garage now.
Would you ever use it though? Like, unless somebody like pulled a gun on you or something, would you just clock somebody with a bat?
Well,
I
here's
just
yeah,
feel
like,
like-
they're breaking into my house. Fuck
So
So,
yeah.
here-
here's
Yeah.
my thing, right? So I have a bat that I tried to keep like in our room, like by our bed, because I sleep next to the door. You know, like I'm sure you guys do too,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
you're on the door side, so if something happens, you're the one going. Where that way I could be. If I walk out my hallway, now I have a bat. So that way, like Chad says, you walk out and there's someone in your house that's not supposed to be there. Yeah, you're swinging
You're
first.
oh
right?
yeah.
Now,
shoot
like,
first, ask questions.
if
later.
there's, like it's daytime and a Jehovah's Witness walks up to your house, like you're not just gonna go out there and start beating him with a bat. All right.
No,
that's
but I'll walk
different.
out there with the bat on my shoulder.
Well,
just
you
kinda
open the
scare 'em
door,
away.
just like what's up?
Hey, welcome around here, ball.
But like, so Lacey won't even let me have the bat in the room, and I'm like, I'm trying to protect us. I want to keep us safe, and she's like, that's ridiculous. We don't need that. I'm like,
I have a lifetime 350 batting average.
Average.
250. But the ball's a lot smaller than a person.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
You can't really miss on a
Batting
person.
1,000.
yeah. It's just a matter of
Just
you hit them hard enough
yeah,
before
say,
they shoot you.
aim towards the middle. You got to hit them somewhere.
right.
I think you want to go like Avengers, right? Aim for the head.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Permanent brain damage for somebody. I just.
They broke into my house.
I'm thinking like middle
I
of
just
the
don't want
body.
to. I just don't. I mean, granted, whether I would be safe or not from the law, I just don't know if I'd want to accidentally just like take some dude's life for breaking into my house. Like, it's still fucked up, but like I just start swinging on this dude and then you like kill him.
But here's my thing,
there.
right? So like you swing at his midsection. He just grabs your bat and then with his other hand he shoots you.
If he had a gun, that's
If he had a gun, I don't think we're
saying.
But
swinging
it's, but it's
anyways.
dark. You can't see nothing.
That's
You
what I'm
don't
saying.
know.
If he didn't,
But-
it was just some fucking.
you don't know.
But that's what I mean. Like, I don't know if I could justify it. If they were, like I said, if I felt immediately threatened, yes. But if I didn't know, I don't know if I could justify
Yeah, I'd go for
blasting
the
somebody up.
I'd go for the shoulders down. I don't think I'd go after the head.
I'm just hoping I hit an arm or leg. If I break your leg or something, that's cool.
Yeah, I
I
don't
just
feel
don't
bad
want to
doing
fucking
Yeah.
destroy somebody sitting there in my living room.
That was potentially fine destroying you and your family.
If that's what they're there for, that's what I'm saying. If I feel like it,
But
if
you
they're
don't know what.
breaking-
I
that's
mean,
what I'm
why are you
saying.
going to sit him down and question him? Now, why were you here before I
Yeah.
bash your
Like,
brains?
what do you
I
want
don't
to? You want to interview
I
him?
just no. I felt like if they came in guns blazing, and I felt like my life was.
Well, if they come in
immediately
guns
threatened.
blazing, you probably don't get out of bed.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
dead.
not. Yeah, you're not
Like, you're
using the
done.
bat.
You don't
anyways.
even know they're there because they came in and shot you. Probably did a bunch
know.
of weird
Like I said,
things with your body
I've
afterwards,
been
and
in
then
the
they left.
situation, so I guess
Probably.
it would be situational too. Because I don't, like I said, I've never been in the situation.
Well, no,
so.
I haven't either. But like, I like to think, like we talked about earlier, fight or flight. Like, oh, I'm pretty scared the fuck out of someone's in my house in the middle of the night. Like, you're gonna go a lot further than I just. I don't think you're gonna be like, hey, dude, what's up? What's going on?
No, not like that.
Hey,
but I just.
hey,
Buddy,
Are you-
I think you just need something to drink.
Are you lost, bud?
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying I'm not just gonna start like wailing on this motherfucker with a bat. Like, that's just not how I feel. Just same thing. If I had a gun, that's why I don't have a gun. Because I had a gun, I'd just fucking shoot him.
Well,
like,
but so
why?
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And again, I'm not saying you should just go around shooting or hitting people with
But
a
that's
bat.
what I feel like.
But if you had
people
a
that have
gun
guns for
and you roll out, then you know, okay, shoot him in the leg. I could see that because then
clip them.
from a well, from a distance, you're safe. You just pop him in the leg, and then okay, you didn't kill him. You know, he's wounded. He's probably not gonna, now that he's been shot. He's probably not going to turn around and shoot you. All right, he's probably like, oh fuck, that really hurts. Okay,
Yeah,
so then you
true.
can figure out the situation. Where it's different, because like if you go and you swing at somebody's leg, and then you don't hit him that hard because you don't swing the bat that hard.
Damn.
And then he just turns around and maybe he's got a bat and he just smashes you across the head, and then you know your brains are everywhere, and then your kids have to wake up and see that, and it's a
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I don't own guns, though. That's my theory, because I was not ever taught to just shoot somebody just to take their leg off. If someone did same thing, if
so
I
you
felt
would swing a
threatened,
bat to take someone's leg
No,
off, but
yeah,
not
that's
What
what
do
I'm
you
saying.
shoot somebody
right,
in the
but
face?
but I would shoot somebody square in their fucking face if I had a gun and I
I'm-
felt threatened in my
I'm
life.
super
That's the problem.
confused by your outlook.
That
here.
is why I don't have guns, though. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't even ever put myself in that situation. I felt
I'm
the same
just-
thing if I was getting robbed or something in my car. Granted, nobody ever robbed me in my car, but if just theoretically speaking, if I had a gun on me in the car, somebody busted the window out and wanted some
You
beef.
just put it between your
Wow.
eyeballs and
Wow.
It's like that video. You better call an ambulance.
'Cause what's the point of
for
the gun?
you?
Well,
Right.
Well, no, my biggest thing about having a gun is though, because then you put yourself in that situation too. Because then what if this fucker does cold clock you, picks your own gun up and shoot you?
well, I mean, if you already cold clock, you're like, what? I mean, you're pretty much done anyway.
Yeah. It's true, but what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying about somebody shooting you in your house. Like, they're breaking into your house. Are they there to kill you, or are they there to steal your shit?
But like, once you confront someone breaking into your house, do you think they might change their opinion on what they came in there to do?
I
Maybe
would say
they-
at least half the time somebody would turn around and run the fuck back out.
especially if you got a fucking bat in your hand.
Facts.
True.
So, to prove your point, if you had a bat and they saw you, and half the time they don't want none of that anyway, they would just turn around and leave. Where, you know, you don't have a bat, you come stumbling out, they're like, oh, fuck, now I'm in big trouble.
Look at this.
I gotta
ripped
make sure this guy...
motherfucker. Yeah.
Well, I don't think that's what they're going to be
That's
saying.
what I'm saying.
Unless
Somebody's gonna
Becky
wreck
wakes
me.
up.
Yeah, somebody's gonna wreck me.
So,
Yeah.
that's all I got on that one. Just
Okay.
seem confused with your opinion is all.
Well, that's why I don't own guns, so it's not really that confusing. It's just the opposite of your opinion. Because you would rather have a bat, which that makes your opinion in mine. It's okay.
How about would you?
But that's why I
use-
don't own guns, because I would shoot somebody, and I'm not gonna shoot you in the fucking arm. If I'm gonna shoot you, I have to already own up to that. Just fucking take it. But that's why I don't put myself. That's why I don't have a bat either, because I feel like I do the same thing with a bat, but I don't want to. So that's why I don't go out in that situation. So I don't put myself in that situation. So it's not that confusing.
All right.
Okay. What about using a pillow? Like a pillow fight?
Probably,
Well,
probably
a
your pillow that's
like
got miles
yours,
on it.
You'd do more damage than Nick swinging a bat.
It's a pound of fucking potatoes in that thing, bud.
Did you guys know?
Also, what color was that when you bought it?
Not brown.
It is severely distorted.
Yeah,
From what I can imagine, the original color was.
That thing's probably about as old as I am. So I mean,
Like it matches the color of these chairs,
yeah.
which
Vintage.
for everyone that can't see our chairs because we're sitting in them, is not a good color. It's enough for a
they're
pillow.
like
For a pillow. Yeah, no, okay, yeah. Fair point. For a chair, it's a fine color. Okay, I didn't mean to upset you about your chair.
God damn!
They're great chairs. For a pillow,
You get to stand the rest of the
debatable.
podcast.
Debatable.
He could sit on that trophy, but
I know that's just my opinion. But
Did you guys know that there is a pillow
in Florida, right?
a pillow fighting championship?
It's like a whole league, right?
Yeah.
Down in Florida.
Yeah.
Huh.
Those Florida people do whatever the fuck they want down there.
Yeah, it's like
Wow.
it's like the UFC but for
With
pillow
pillow
fighting.
a fucking
So
octagon.
as much as pillow fighting can be like the UFC, that's what
Yeah.
I do like it because I saw like one little clip of it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it looks like if we put on like sleeveless shirts and grabbed a pillow, like
We
that's
would be star
roughly what it
athletes.
looked like.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
These aren't like studs. Okay, these are like my dad wears them like cut off shirts. And not like the way we wear cutoffs where they look nice, but they're like they just stop.
It's
cutting
it's
the
like
sleeve.
they
Yeah.
like tore it off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like at the seam.
Yeah.
It's never good at the seam. Okay, but that's the shirts these guys are wearing, and they've got all these poses. It's an interesting.
Awesome.
In
It's so
fairness,
great.
I would probably watch it.
Oh, 100%.
Would you attempt it if somebody offered
Oh,
you
no.
a shot at the championship belt, bud? You're like, I'm in. I
I
gotta
don't
give
know.
it a go.
Nick, how badly do you want to tell people you got knocked out from a
Yeah,
fucking pillow?
That's what I'm saying. I would be
Is it
knocked out
worth it?
cold.
Because like, what's the winner get? Like a gift card to the gas station? Like, I can't imagine the winner gets that much. So is it worth?
Unless they
They
got
get a-
good sponsors, but I mean, if they got,
Maybe.
you
$50
could have
to
like
Bed Bath &
Sealy,
Beyond.
you could have pillow sponsors out there. I mean, it could turn
Right.
into a thing.
It could, but I just think right now they're not there yet.
They're not
So
there yet.
I
It's
feel like
still underground.
is the juice worth the squeeze?
I feel like the My Pillow guy needs to be like an announcer.
I think if you told a lot of people that you could fight the My Pillow guy, they would be in for a pillow fight against you. But I think they should do so. Obviously, the ones I see, I think they should do like wrestling style, where you can go tag team. Like we can.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be in the corner. You come tag me in. I'll come in fresh.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
now that would be interesting.
That'd be pretty fun.
Why don't they do something like that for like UFC? That would be an interesting
tag
UFC
team
fight.
UFC?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
We're onto something here.
Like if you can, like you're all locked up, but then you can wiggle. You know how that sometimes you get to the fence to try to claw.
Yeah.
But now you're just getting over there to tag your buddy. Now he's
Now
coming
he's
in.
jumping over the
Oh,
fence into the
shit.
octagon to come in and
I'm just saying. Now that's interesting.
Dana White.
Can you imagine Brock Lesnar
If you're
just
listening.
waiting? He's
you're
just waiting.
listening.
It's been 3 rounds. No one's tagged in yet. He's fresh. This other guy's been hit in the face 30 times. And now Brock Lesnar just comes in and that
Rex, yeah. Unless
Just
he
saying.
ran as fast as he could and tagged his big buddy in too.
right.
Like, oh, look out! Here he comes.
it would make it interesting.
Yeah.
That's all.
Then
That'd be-
yeah, I could see that.
Okay, Dana White, if you're listening.
Which
Uh,
should be
which
because
obviously-
obviously
I
he
mean, we
should
got
be. I
people
mean,
in Russia.
right?
Come on, Dana.
Yeah.
Give us
So,
at least a listen.
Just go ahead and get at us at
We'll work out the complications.
casting
Yeah.
pods network at gmail.com. Just go ahead and send us an email. We'll
Just
we'll
a
get this
small
all figured.
finder's fee.
Yeah, we'll get this
Yeah.
all figured out for you.
Maybe let us.
A couple ringside tables at future events.
I was to say that, or
Um,
just let us maybe do a guest appearance as like a host announcer, and we can explain.
Well, doesn't he have like a web series? Dana White, doesn't he have like
Yeah.
maybe we could do the web series
Series.
version of the tag team UFC.
See,
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it. Get him on the phone, boys.
I was waiting for the
where's
part
our
of the
intern?
show when
Our
Nick goes,
intern.
can we get this guy on the show?
Yeah, well, we should be able to get him on the show.
Because I think the last, at least 2 of the last 3 has been
Yeah.
like, it's been Drake,
Drake.
it's been Fart in the Bottle Girl.
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
jar,
yeah.
the jar farts girl.
Oh man.
He goes, can we get her on the show?
Man.
Can we get her? And I just,
Oh fuck.
Someday, maybe.
Someday.
Maybe.
Yeah. We do have a call-in number now, right?
We do have a call-in number.
Spoiler alert.
Chad, talk to us.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, way to bury the lead.
If you guys want to call,
So Dana, if you're listening,
Dana,
it's a 515 area code.
it is a 5. I gotta find the phone number.
Is
now.
it a 515?
It is, yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't know since it's like Google.
Staying local, baby.
Oh, there we
That's
go.
good.
Okay.
All right, listen up.
So this is we don't have the voicemail set up quite yet,
But we will.
But yeah, it's just a Google Voice default voicemail greeting. But you can leave us a voicemail, talk about whatever you want to, and then we'll play it on the next episode. The phone number is 515-850-2332.
Holla.
Need to repeat that again for the ones in the back.
515-850-2332.
That's a very interesting number, Chad.
And if I can do my magic on the editing, it is at the bottom of the screen right now.
I love it.
Love it.
So yeah, give us a call.
Questions, comments, concerns.
Yeah, anything.
Let us know.
Just be like, give us your opinion on some of the stuff we talked about.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a quick story of something we just talked about.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll
send it in
revisit
here.
it and we'll play it on the episode, on the air, and yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
Unless we don't
it
like
doesn't make
it.
it.
And
Yeah,
then,
unless it's like
and then I'm just gonna
lame.
delete it.
Then we won't even acknowledge it existed and just move on with our
Left
lives.
it
Well, and
on
I think the
unread.
way I'm going to do it is I will screen them, so I'll listen to them,
Oh, you're
probably
going
good.
to screen it.
and
Yeah.
then and
It's a
then
regular
I will
caller ID over here.
and
Don't
then
worry about more depression.
if I think that they'll be good on the show, then you guys won't hear it until the show, and then we'll get your guys'
Wow.
Okay.
So he's
first
gonna-
time
all of
reactions.
his good ones we're not going to hear about. He's going to keep his out.
So don't be surprised when any of your calls that say anything bad about Chad don't make it to the
Yeah,
air.
yeah,
Yeah.
that
Like, wow,
will
we're getting a
happen.
lot of negative comments about me and Nick. This is weird. Nothing about
Nothing
Chad.
about Chad, not
No,
one.
Chad be like, I don't know, man. It's weird. That's what they call about.
Oh,
Be
easy.
careful
That's
with the trophy
Sorry,
over
guys.
there, bud.
Goddamn.
You okay, sweetheart? It's all right. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Wow.
shit.
That's funny.
Bum, bum, bum,
I
bum.
like it. We got a number now. We got
number
YouTube.
now. We got YouTube. We got a number. We're on all the podcast sites
We do it
And
all.
YouTube, to clarify. Again.
and YouTube
Again,
yeah.
yes, YouTube.
And TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
yeah.
got
the
TikTok
TikTok.
out there.
TikTok, we're blowing up. We're
At the
blowing
CND
up.
Show,
Yeah.
all lowercase.
YouTube.
Our weigh-in video, last I looked, was up to like 620 views or
1,000
something like that.
views. Yeah, it's
620,000
crazy.
views. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
pretty big time. So
It's pretty great.
it could be. I don't know. I'm not great with numbers.
Not great. Did a
Yeah,
little
I
South
don't know
Side
how that
education.
works.
I don't know. For all I know, they just stop counting after a while, so
Yeah.
like, they only
Yeah.
go so many digits out. That's
Yeah.
why it only says
I thought-
600.
yeah,
They
I
did
thought
say
that
our
was-
check
yeah.
was in the mail, so I think we hit that number.
Yeah, we're it's coming.
Fun little fact for you guys. Did you guys know that there is an animal called a beefalo? And it is exactly what it sounds
It
like.
An
sounds
antelope
delicious.
And a buffalo.
It's a cow,
cow and a buffalo.
buffalo. It's a
A beef-
beefalo. Yeah, it's a cow and buffalo hybrid.
Can we talk about hybrids for a second?
Yes, we can. Let's
Because-
talk about hybrids.
Because I brought this up to Nick one time, and he didn't know what I was talking about. So I need to ask your opinion.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of a jackalope?
Yes.
What is it?
Jackalope is like it's like a cross, it's like a kangaroo rabbit thing, right? I don't know. I've heard of them. I don't know what it is.
So it's like a jackrabbit and an antelope.
Oh, okay. Well, there you
So
go.
basically, what it is a jackrabbit with antlers. And one day, randomly, yes, out of the blue, I text Nick and I say, "Hey, I think I want to get a jackalope tattoo." Yeah, just like that. There you go.
Interesting.
It's a majestic beast.
It's,
Alright.
it's a mythical animal, isn't it?
No, jackalopes
that's
of
real life.
Wyoming.
It's a
That's real
wow.
life.
It is.
What's not to believe about a jackrabbit with antlers?
That's pretty amazing.
Open your third eye, bud.
It's open.
So
Not
anyway,
right now,
so
Look at that majestic beast.
see what I mean? These things roamed the land long before the white man took over.
Size wise,
But
what
see,
are
that
we
looks
talking
like
here?
that looks more like an antelope with
a rabbit head.
jackrabbit
Yeah.
head. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking size wise. Is like this size of.
Well,
an
I think
antelope?
they're a lot like dogs, where there's a lot of different breeds.
Okay, so say it's their little ones.
you
like
could
that.
have a great big
like
dog.
little fuckers with a big rack on
It
top.
probably just depends which half you're getting more of, right? Like that one, you got more antelope, so it's bigger, it's more like a deer. Where then
I'm
you
just
get some
wondering
that are
how-
more like rabbits.
How is an antelope fucking a jackrabbit? That's what I want.
How do you know the jackrabbit's not fucking the antelope?
Right.
Okay, that's probably how you get the size difference, though. Is then because
Yeah,
you get the,
which
yeah,
one's
who,
daddy?
who,
doing
who
which?
fucks which? Yeah.
So anyway,
What is this?
well, yeah,
Jackalope King and what does that say?
wow, are those like
And
the
herd
prehistoric
member
ones?
Oh, Jesus.
That's like when the dinosaurs roamed there. That's how big they
What
were.
the
Look
fuck?
at that thing. Holy fuck.
I'm telling you guys.
It says this thing's 12 foot tall.
Yeah, like a moose.
Jesus. Seriously,
And it
how does
looks
a jackrabbit...
Well, yeah, I mean,
That's
antelope
a-
and
a-
jackrabbit's like
yeah.
two of the fastest things ever, ish.
It looks scary,
Well, yeah, I wouldn't want to see one.
and I wouldn't want to try to outrun one.
I don't. Yeah, I don't
No.
think you would.
No, you wouldn't. I
Not
just
on a
wouldn't-
horse, that's for sure.
No.
I don't care how fast you're fucking getting it, bud. This thing's coming to get you. I like to think, and this is just my personal headcanon, I like to think they're like a docile creature. You know, they're pretty friendly.
If they're
Oh, I
majestic,
mean, look
yeah,
at
it's gotta
this
be-
one. That's a cute
Right?
little guy.
That's a cute one.
Must be a little baby.
Yeah, like I said, I think there's different breeds. You know, like you have Chihuahuas and you have like Dobermans. you
Look
know?
at that fucker, Rod.
I do apologize for everyone that cannot see the screen that we're looking
I
at.
know. I need to figure out
So-
a way to mirror the Google screen
Yeah.
onto the YouTube.
That way you can enjoy this with us.
Yeah.
So anyway, I text Nick and I say, hey, I think I want to get a jackalope tattoo because I think that's cool. All right? Because, I mean, look at these things. What's not cool about this? Okay? And he just, not unlike the disbelief that I'm getting right now, just kind of like, what the fuck are you talking about? bud?"
I had no idea what.
Also-
I have heard of them. Yes.
Like I said, this was a very random text. There was no build up to this text.
Right.
We
We
weren't
just,
talking tattoos. We weren't talking majestic beasts. But I'm like, hey, I think that'd be cool. And then, so I sent him a picture of what a jackalope would look like. Right? And he's like, well, I'm not feeling the tattoo. And I'm like, well, this isn't the tattoo itself. I'm just trying to show you. I'm just trying to give you an idea of what it
That's
looks
I thought.
like.
I was just trying to be honest. I was like,
He's like, I'm not feeling it, bro.
No, I'm really not.
Like, imagine
I
if
got
I
some
just sent you
stupid
like
ass tattoos. Yeah,
Yeah.
like so.
Yeah. So there was a bit of a disconnect.
Right.
We had
I wasn't
same
when
thing.
I saw it. I wasn't thinking mystical or mythical creature, but they're mystical. It was kind of. I don't because it was in like a portrait too, so it
Right.
had the oval.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it had it looked like a deer head. It was mounted, which I think is kind of the way I would want to look at it. Is like I'm a big game hunter. Is how I would want my jackalope tattoo to be, but
would you ever shoot one if you had the opportunity? Would you go hunting for jackalopes?
I don't.
Because you could mount it. On
I
the
have
wall.
no reason to want to kill a jackalope.
You wouldn't eat it?
I bet you they do taste good. Well, I'm just saying, like, rabbit's delicious. Okay, antelope, I'm assuming, is something deer-like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gotta
So
be
you
close.
get that to get that. They probably aren't. Maybe that's why you don't see them very much because they were over hunted, much like the buffalo.
Yeah.
Right.
And now that
Interesting.
could
But
we
I could
possibly
just
make
see a
the
walnut
jackalope the official sponsor of, or sponsor like the mascot of the CND show?
mascot of the CND show. Yeah, we can try to find. Well, there's a jackalope wall mount right here for $375.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, there's you don't get a lot of them, but I'm just thinking maybe we could come up with like a cool logo, or it's like a more of a cartoon
Oh, okay.
jackalope
Throw
with
it
maybe
out.
like a CND like T-shirt.
There you go.
Just an idea.
like this guy, just sitting perfect, and then have like a CND T-shirt on it.
Yeah, something like that. I'm thinking more like
Or a
Bugs Bunny,
CND
Roger
tattoo.
Rabbit.
Roger Rabbit.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
very cartoony, but he's a jackalope.
Here's a jackalope.
But he's rocking up the CND shirts that at some point we'll have, guys. So when you want one, you can have one.
Yeah.
What's that jackalope hat I just saw?
Right here.
What's this all about?
Sendero.
See, I read that Sendaroo.
Sendaroo.
That's funny. All right. Yeah, look at that thing, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the picture I sent him.
Yeah.
that was the one. That was the one. I was like, bro.
I'm like, that's what they look like.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not feeling that.
It's in
tattoo.
my head when I saw that, and now I didn't really look to see that I'd seen one.
Thank you for caring.
No, I mean, like, other than when you sent
That
that,
would be
I didn't.
kind of a cool
I didn't
tattoo,
know there
though.
was multiple setups because when I pictured that, I'm picturing like this little baby rabbit with a fucking rack on it, bud. Not
Like-
something.
like that.
Yeah, not something 12 foot tall.
Yeah, these things are beasts, bud. I'm telling you.
Should be called a jackalope. Jackalope. I'd fuck that one up. God damn it.
You tried.
You did try.
I appreciate the effort.
Fuck.
All right, I think.
See, yeah, like that little guy right there. That's what I pictured.
Oh, like this guy? Or like
yeah,
this guy?
or to the right.
This one?
The one that looks like a pig.
What's the one right there?
This one?
No,
This
left.
one?
Left.
This one?
Yeah.
That one's got like wings. That's fake.
That's got like a duck on its back or
Yeah,
something.
that's dumb.
That's why I just pictured something
The
small.
truth behind the world's scariest rabbit.
Scariest rabbit's Monty Python Holy Grail, right?
Right.
That's a bad motherfucker right there.
That's funny.
Really got the jump on him.
Jackalope.
Saying, I think we might be onto something. It'd be the same way, you know, like how like sports teams they have like an animal that has nothing to do with the team, but
team
that's
logo.
their
Right,
mascot.
right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's us.
Like Stanford is the Stanford. What are they? The Cardinals.
But it's a
But
tree.
but
It's
it's
like a pine tree or
it's like a
whatever.
pine tree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Christmas tree. Yeah. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of examples and I can't think of any. All I can think of is the San Diego chicken.
Well, it's like
the
the
Padres.
Philly Fanatic.
Okay, yeah.
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 The Kansas City Chiefs, their mascot's the KC Wolf.
Perfect. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, that has nothing to do with the chief,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You'd think it'd be like a Native American man, which obviously I
That's
see why they
probably-
can't
yeah.
do. But, you know, so they're like, let's do a wolf, because why the fuck
yeah,
not?
Yeah.
Us, jackalope, because it's dope.
Why the fuck not?
I can't think
All
of it
for
off
it.
the top of my head.
Hi.
Aye.
Perfect.
Tattoos, here we come.
It's unanimous.
It didn't matter if I voted or not. It was 66%, but I'm already out.
I like to think that our podcast votes need to be unanimous, though.
Unanimous.
Oh yeah.
You know.
I think that's a good. Yeah.
I
If
like
it's not unanimous, it doesn't go through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise, two of us could just.
Run the
Bum rush
world.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, me and Nick are just like, you know what? We get gold microphones now. Vote on it.
You can have gold
When I
microphones.
build
They're
my
$40
pers-
on
I
Amazon.
say when I build my personal boots, I'm gonna have at the house. Got me a gold one, bud. Might even
I'm
try to find
imagining
me
like
a gold rubber for the top too.
Gold rubber. It's foam. It's not even rubber.
I don't know if it would work as well if it was rubber.
No, I'm just saying like a condom,
Definitely would.
Yeah.
like a rubber.
I still kind of like the screen guy. I like the fuzzy. I like the screen. I think at my at-home booth, I'm gonna double it up.
I don't like the screen
because it cuts away his
blocked
beautiful
It
face.
blocked my face.
You do have a pretty face.
Thank you. I didn't. So you shaved your little goatee in. I was
Yeah.
gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
But I didn't shave it tonight.
Yeah. I
Clearly.
just felt like I wanted to do something that'd make it look a little more dramatic for our video, so like you could really
Yeah.
see the difference. Like I had the beard. Now mix it up. I don't know if I'm super digging the goatee yet. I just did it last night, so I don't
Yeah.
know. But I didn't know if I wanted to. It was too much just go all the way gone for everything.
Right.
So I don't know. I might let this rock for a little bit.
I like it. It looks.
I might go down to. I was thinking it's long enough. I don't know how to do it, but like if I
Braid
could
it?
braid it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like go Viking style on them, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But like I can't braid it, and
You gonna do one?
I was
or you
thinking
gonna do
two.
Yeah.
I was thinking two
Yeah, you get
braids.
two. Yeah. For sure.
So, yeah,
You could get beard extensions.
like colored rubber bands and shit when you braid it.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's an idea.
Red, white, and blue because these colors don't run, right?
But I only got
America.
two. What do I do with the third color?
Well, your braids, you could do red.
Yeah. You do
Like,
the.
You'd have
the
multiple bands in each braid. Next level, bud.
I was just gonna put like one at the bottom, like to hold the braid in.
Oh, I thought you were gonna like braid it, like actually braid it.
Yeah, like if you braid it, all you have to do is tie the end together, and
Okay. I
that'll
just
hold the
figured
braid.
you could just put them kind of in each overlap.
I mean, you could. I don't see why you couldn't.
You don't have to. Put it,
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going for right there. That's a good look. Just like considerably smaller. And yeah, find the bald guy that's got him because like it's
There you
showing
go,
all
right there.
There you go. Yeah, the UFC ref.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That dude's
Tell you.
jacked.
We're back into this.
Yep. Yep.
Dana.
I don't know
call
how
us.
no one thought of the tag team thing before.
I don't know. I don't understand why not. I mean, would you have to have them be in the same weight class?
I think so.
obviously?
Yeah, you'd have to be in the same weight
So
class.
you'd have to make 4 guys make weight, which should not
Right.
be an issue. You do it.
So instead of having like a main event and a co-main event, you have one fucking
One
main
main
event
event.
that's got
And
4
it's tag
people in
team.
there.
Yeah, so maybe you could even get against teams because they like to have those like team training houses.
Well, that's
so
what
you
I'm
could
saying.
have 2 guys from the same team, 2 guys from the same team.
Right. And like you might get guys that like they weren't champion level individual fighters.
They could be
But as
a
next
team-
level
team,
team
yeah.
fighters.
They could be the best tag team out there.
Which means a tag team championship,
Right.
obviously. Yeah, tag team belts.
Plus, it would make it very exciting because occasionally that fight, because you'd have to figure out like who starts, right?
Right.
Right.
You got
So-
a finisher and you got a starter.
So,
right?
well, but like I mean, you can go back and forth as many times as you want. It's not like a one and done. But you could very easily walk out there, get knocked the fuck out in one punch, and the fight's over.
Right.
The other guy never even gets in the ring.
Right.
I mean, like, there's some intrigue in here.
I like it. I'm gonna have to get on the old horn with Dana here, and we'll.
There you go.
Or,
Let him-
say, could you also like both people have to lose? So if one person gets tapped out, he's eliminated. Then it's you versus
Oh,
2.
do like a Royal Rumble
then you
kind
could
of a
you
thing.
could win your way back. You fucking knock dude out. Then you got another guy coming like, bring it, bitch. I'm on a run.
Interesting.
It's a variation you could do for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you could have. There's just because you could have different like subsects of,
Right.
you know,
Right.
that sounds more like almost like a dodgeball type situation, right? Where you're, you can get down, but then the one person could fight back, and
Right. If you submit the opponent, you get your partner back.
like if you knock them out, the question would be like, so what happens if it just goes the distance? Like if it just goes rounds, like does it just go to scorecards?
Yeah, it'd come down to
yeah.
scorecards.
Yeah, definitely.
And so is it? So like if
Is it
You'd
individual
score
or
as-
is it
no,
be
you'd score
team?
it as a
It'd be
team.
Yeah, it'd have
Yeah.
to be team because
You score it as a team for sure.
so like you could have a guy who's in there getting his ass whooped, and then the other guy comes in and like whoops the other team's ass, but not as much as your buddy was just getting beat up, and you could lose the fight even though you're one half
Yeah.
like dominated.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's your partner's fault for not tagging out quicker.
I'm imagining, well, maybe he couldn't, maybe he was in a fucking guillotine. The
Yeah,
whole
just
thing,
getting worked.
you
but
know? Oh, there's a lot of
This
drama.
is interesting.
There's
I
a lot
like
of
this.
I do.
I like this.
I do.
I really like this idea.
I think, how's no one thought of this? I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Wrestling, this has been a thing forever.
Right?
Plus, like, you really want to make it interesting? Let the two that are not tagged in fight outside. That's how they
I don't
do
know
it.
if we want to go
That's how they
that
do it in
far.
wrestling. Okay, no,
Yeah,
all right,
I don't think we'll go that far.
okay. We'll
Keep it in the octagon.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And like they're what? Like they're on the outside of the octagon, and you got to jump the fence to get in, or are they like sitting on top of
That's
the cage?
also the thing I was
Well,
wondering.
so I was thinking
Maybe
maybe
get the
like your
door.
corner. They have 2 doors instead of 1 door, and so like each corner has a
Get the
door.
door.
So when you tag in, they just open the door and the dude runs in,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Okay.
That way you're not like jumping in and out. 'Cause
Yeah.
that could be a whole thing. Because I could just see there's one guy, he comes to hop in, he lands wrong, breaks his ankle, fights
Then he's
over because
done.
the way
Yeah.
he jumped in the, you don't want that.
Right.
I like it.
Yeah. And then like you got, so obviously the guy on the outside, he's with like the coaches and the trainers the whole time. So he's in there getting extra talk, extra,
Yeah,
trying to,
yeah.
he's like, that.
And especially if he just got his ass kicked, he's getting water, he's getting
Yep.
bandaged up, and
Yeah, you could be getting patched up.
yeah. So okay, so with that, do you still do rounds?
You take the rounds out and just
Do you
make it one.
do you
fight.
just do
No,
one
I think
fight
you still
for,
do.
like-
I think you still do rounds.
Do you still do
I think
the
you still
rounds?
do rounds, and if you end the round in, then you start the round
the
in.
next round in. I
But you
gotcha.
would start just like a normal round would, both
Yeah,
standing up,
yeah.
coming together. So same way, like you could be about to get choked out or something, and then you get to the time.
Get saved by the bell.
Well,
there,
that's
yeah.
what, so then would the guy on the side not get any extra privilege? He would just be able to be outside of
Well, his
the
extra
octagon.
privilege would be that he would get extra time with like the trainers, kind of like what Chad
Yeah.
was saying, where like so if he was super busted up, he
You
could
think they
stay
could
in
fix
there
him
and
up?
get fixed
Okay.
up. Would be really interesting. So then you get like guys, because you'd have to train for 2 different people.
Right.
Yeah.
So that would
Yeah, 'cause especially if you get a fighter that's more of a boxing style background,
Yep,
and
you
then
get different
you
fighting
get another,
styles.
you get the
Like a
the second
wrestler
guy's
or
a
something.
wrestler or grappler, somebody that's more of a
I
ground
could
game.
see your team wanting to be different.
Right, you'd want to
Yeah,
probably
you'd
have
just
Want
want
two
good.
brawlers in there. I'm like, oh man, what if we fight some guys that are?
But man,
like
then can you
high-level
imagine if you
jiu-jitsu?
got like you just got two guys in there that you wanted to fucking throw, like that was the team, they'd be fan favorites. Like
Oh yeah.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
the
Jeremy
Bash Brothers.
Stevens type style,
Yeah.
where like we're just gonna, it's just two of him, and they just want to fucking hit the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
That would be exciting.
That would be exciting.
And then like you might get to
really
the point
like
where you
this.
have like teams that are made up of former rivals, because
Yeah.
like they're both kind of past their championship window individually, but they're like, we got to put aside our differences to come together and fight because we could dominate as a team.
like McGregor and Diaz.
Yeah, or like McGregor and Poirier.
Or Poirier, yeah. Or McGregor and literally anyone else in the UFC.
Or I was trying to think, who was Robbie Lawler going to town with, where they were just busting each other up? Like that was
it Nick Diaz?
you know what I mean? But
yeah, fuck, I can't remember.
where you remember when Robbie Lawler like lip was just like in three pieces?
Yeah.
And it was just, he was like, so imagine those guys that just want to stand there and beat the shit out of each other, and like that's a whole team. And so you're like a finesse guy, and you now you have to fight these guys who just want to destroy you. And when you tap out, like the other guy, he just wants to do the exact same thing to you. There's no like, okay, now I got to deal with wrestling. Nope. This dude just wants to punch my face in.
I do like it. Dana, give us a call. We'll work some out. We're cheap. We'll get it.
I'll
Comparatively,
I'll get
sure.
I'll get a hold of him. We'll get it figured out here.
Do they have like a voicemail that
an
we can
email
call?
or an email? Yeah, can we send them an email?
We just
Actually, you know what? I got it. I'll clip this out, throw it up on the old TikTok, and tag UFC and Dana White in it.
That's not a bad idea. I think
Sure
people
not.
will love our idea. It's a great idea.
But do we want to put? I mean, well, I guess we're putting it out here onto YouTube, anyways.
Yeah, everyone's gonna hear it. The world's about to hear the podcast because everyone listens to the
It's a
podcast.
podcast.
Yeah. I mean, we're averaging what, like
Like, do we already like
3.6 million downloads a week?
trademark? We're trademarking that idea, so like you can't take it. So now
Right.
it's safe, guys. It's fine.
Oh, perfect.
I took care of it. So.
Pretty sure that's how that works.
Yeah, or like dibs.
Dibs.
Dibs
We
is a
call
dibs.
If we just say
Dibs
dibs,
is a
on the
dibs.
idea,
Yeah.
like I don't think anyone can mess
Yeah,
with it. So
you guys fuck off. That's
Yeah.
ours. We dibsed it.
so got us covered. I'm basically
Fucking
the
nailed it.
podcast legal team. So.
I mean, people in
Excellent.
the world they watch Jake Paul's
We do need that.
boxing matches. So I mean, I feel like we'd at least get initial views if we did it.
I think
It could be a thing.
it could definitely be a thing.
Did you hear? Was it Jake Paul? Thinks that I think after he goes 10-0 in boxing, he's going to try out to be a linebacker in the NFL.
Dude's an athlete. I don't like him
I-
as a person, but the dude's an athlete.
And I don't mind what he's doing, but to me, I feel like he needs to either fight up and coming boxers or guys past their prime that are boxers.
Right? Not past their prime,
In
not
a boxer.
boxers. Yeah.
Like I don't care. And they were like, Woodley, yeah, he's in shape. Yeah, cool. He's not a boxer.
Right. It's kind of like when Frank Gore and Darren Williams fought. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they're fighting. Like, that's kind of cool that these people are fighting, but like, they're not boxers.
Right.
Yeah.
These aren't boxers.
So, and that's my thing. It's like you're making money, you're doing your thing.
yeah,
But
he is making a
you're,
buttload
You're
of money.
wanting to be a
Bank.
boxer. Just fucking fight some boxers, bro.
Right. Yeah, and like, why are you only calling out 50-plus boxers?
right.
You know?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, I'll fight Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I haven't
He
fought in
wanted
40 years.
no part of Tyson 30, 35
Oh,
years
no.
ago.
No one did.
Definitely
No.
not.
Holyfield was the only one that wanted that smoke.
Well, Tyson got a piece of Holyfield, that's for sure.
Not that first
Hey.
fight. That first, yeah, he got a piece,
Wow.
but yeah.
You know.
That first fight
Rawr.
was fucking gnarly, bud. It came up on my feed the other day, and I was watching some highlights from it, and they literally beat the living piss out of each other. I mean, Holyfield won, but you couldn't really tell who won.
Now,
one
wasn't
time.
it Jake Paul who just like invested in the company that owns the UFC?
Could be.
I'm pretty sure
I'm not
that's the thing. Like, he just took some of his money that doesn't make any, like, bought a part of the company that owns the UFC.
Huh. That
'Cause-
could be.
Yeah.
That's my thing. If you want to fight UFC's guys, just go in the octagon. You're an athlete. He's in shape. Just go in the
Yeah.
octagon, bud.
Yeah.
Prove it.
I just don't think he wants to get kicked in the head.
I don't think he wants to get kicked in the head or choked out.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I can't blame him. I also don't want to get kicked in the
Yeah,
head. or
I
choked
know.
out.
that's
don't
why
either,
I
but
don't
Why
do
fight
that.
those guys that do that for a living?
Right.
And then you just put boxing gloves on them. You're basically handicapping them
Yeah.
and saying, "Yeah, I'll box you." Yeah, okay, cool. You just got like minimal back. Oh, I did hear that Anderson Silva would box him though, but I didn't know that Anderson Silva was a world-class boxer.
That's what he did back in the day, right?
Yeah.
But he's also
Old, though.
50-something years old, or whatever. He's
He
old.
probably still got some smoke left though.
I don't know.
I still don't think I want to fight Tyson at 50. I don't even care if I was his size. I want no part
That's
of
another
that.
thing. Like, has Paul even been fighting guys like his same size?
No.
Like, he's fighting guys like these.
These guys
you
are in
wouldn't even
shape,
be
but
in
they're
these weight
50,
classes.
60 pounds lighter
Yeah.
than this fucker. I'm like,
you
Ben
would-
Askren looked like he had about a case of beer the night before he fucking fought.
That was ugly.
Yeah.
He
One of
looks
my
like a-
favorite fights ever was when Masvidal just wrecked Askren, because I
Yeah.
fucking hate Ben Askren. Ever just like some of those guys where like their face just bothers you? Like, I'm sure as a person he's probably a great person, but like just looking at him, I'm like, I don't like this guy. I just don't like him. So when he took a knee to that ugly little face of his, like I was so happy.
7 seconds into the fight?
It was yeah.
7 seconds.
He just ran over,
And
jumped
dipped
into
up,
his face,
and that was
and
it.
knocked him out.
Yeah. Dude, have you not seen it, Chad? It's not good for Askren.
The good news is watching it won't take long because, like, just look at his little face. Ugh.
He's probably paid to take it.
Who was it against? Oh, Masvidal.
Yeah. Yep. 17-second clip. That's probably it right there, because
It's not very long.
that'll
bud.
be the whole intro and everything.
He's still smiling, so he goes from smiling to knocking this dude out that fast.
Yeah,
Look,
I
he's-
think I have
This is
seen
fantastic.
This.
Here we go. Bam.
Done. Done. It's over.
Yep.
And he still got a couple good shots in after.
I love that part too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish there was more of that in fighting. Like, you just knocked a dude out. Like, let him know.
Let him know.
Like,
he got down
talk.
to his level like fuck you
Yeah,
did.
he got down there.
You thought she was bad.
And also, one of my favorite things is the flip side of that. The dude that's way too cocky to begin with and
Oh,
just
those-
gets lit the fuck up.
Those are always fun. I like seeing like the weigh-in videos when the guy's like
Yeah.
trying to punk him at the weigh-in videos,
Yeah.
and then at the fight, the other dude just wrecks him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I
Yeah,
saw
so
I saw
great.
another boxing one. For some reason, boxing came up on my phone this week, and I don't really watch boxing that much. I thought it was kind of wild, but it was Adrian Bruner, and then like who was like Floyd's biggest ticket, not being a boxer. He's part of Money whatever group,
Oh, yeah, okay.
and he's like super cocky, super flashy. He's good, but he's like super flashy. And he fought this dude from like Brazil or some shit, and got absolutely just fucking tore up. But their weigh-in video, Bruner's flashy, talking shit, and this dude's just standing there, not
Yeah.
saying a word. Like, okay.
Whatever.
They get in the ring, and he literally smoked that
Yes,
dude.
I love it.
So great.
That's what I hate about like the NFL now, like with the taunting,
The taunting,
stuff.
that shit, get
Like,
out
let
of
them
here,
let them
bud.
talk. Let them talk. Like, you just made a
Like,
good play. They're all professionals. They're all
Yeah.
getting paid to do this. Like, you want to, like, you're not going to go to any pickup game anywhere where someone just makes a great play and they don't say something. That's
Yeah.
how it works. Because then the next play, when that other guy makes a play, he's going to say something right back to him.
Yep.
That's what makes it exciting.
Like T.O. and Ocho Cinco would not even be allowed in this league anymore.
Oh, God, no.
Those were the days, huh? They're pulling Sharpies out.
Cell
You remember
phones calling
Joe
us mom.
Horn, yeah,
Joe Horn, yeah.
Ah, that's living.
So great.
Like and what I don't get is, so they made it okay that you do like, you can do synchronized dances in the end zone,
Right.
like your whole
But
team.
the
Your
whole
whole team can
defense
run down to
you,
the
you
defense.
Get,
But, like-
you get an interception, you don't even score a touchdown. And
Yes.
Your whole defense can run to the end zone and fucking do a little fucking da 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 da.
But you
da,
can't
da.
fucking point
But
at someone.
you can't point at somebody and go, "Fuck you."
Yeah, well, gotcha. Tyreek Hill
Yeah.
can't throw up the deuces.
Right.
Actually, he can. He's done it a few
Oh, okay.
times, and
Well, good.
he hasn't gotten.
Well, as he should be able
penalized.
to, because I did see the one little snippet where he was already throwing the deuce up to a guy like 5 yards ahead of him.
because he was already.
That's a
gonna
baller
Yeah.
move,
Oh,
and
fuck
that kind
yeah.
of stuff should be encouraged.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, because here's the thing: if you want him to stop doing it, stop him.
Literally.
Yeah.
And then lay him out, and then you
That's it.
talk.
I feel the
Right.
same way about like running up the score in professional sports.
Yeah.
Like, you're all professionals. You're all getting paid to do this. Obviously not all the same. I get it. But like, you're all getting paid. If you want them to stop, stop them.
Yeah.
Right.
It's now
I agree.
like Little League T-ball, like, okay, let's not be a jerk here.
Yeah.
Slow it down.
Yeah.
Rec League softball, you're up 30 points. You don't have to hit triples anymore. Okay? But professional sports, run it up, bud. Run it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're all
I
getting
agree.
paid. I gotcha.
I agree.
And some coaches feel like that too, because a lot of them in the pros don't pull people.
Yeah.
Because you're getting paid. They're still not gonna like run it up. Some coaches do, but
Yeah.
other coaches are like, no, but I still got my starters out there.
Yeah.
You're getting paid to play. Like people came here to see.
Well,
you.
and like one thing that always frustrates me is like, okay, well, yeah, they scored 4 times after they were up big. Well, they were calling runs, like they were just running up the middle, and you guys couldn't stop them.
Right.
Right.
Like it's not like they were calling flea flickers and shit.
Well, my big
Yeah,
thing is
not
like
getting
Alabama beating somebody 41 at halftime, and their third and fourth string is out there still scoring touchdowns and shit. But it's like you got to let them guys get some
Right.
playing time too. But
Yeah, what do you?
it's not my fault that Alabama picked like the easiest school to play, and you guys play them and know you're gonna lose fucking 56.
Oh,
to
they
nothing.
because they're getting
they
paid
don't
like
care.
$2 million.
They get they get a couple $1 million for their athletic program. They'll be just
Yep.
fine.
Like that one beat down covers them for the next couple of years. So
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah.
all right. Plus, you get something, and like everyone, these guys, they're all competitors. They want to play. So I can't imagine these small school guys are like, oh fuck, now we gotta play Alabama. They're like, fuck it, let's go get them.
Right.
Yeah.
Because what happens if you're the Appalachian State?
Right.
You're
yeah,
the- you're
the
that team that does it?
Yeah. Exactly.
You're Boise State
Was-
against what was it, Oklahoma?
Was it Appalachian
Yeah, I
State,
think so.
Michigan?
Yeah.
Yeah, and blocked a field goal,
Yeah.
returned it
Yeah.
back to win it.
Yep.
Wild.
Like at the time,
You
it was
imagine
the
how
biggest-
jacked you would have been, like especially if you were even on the field at the time. But you'd have been fucking jacked, bud. Like, we
That's
had
what I'm saying. Like
no
and you-
chance winning this game, and do.
Yeah, they were like 20-something point underdogs. Yeah. Plus, like any good sports movie, the whole point is that these teams had no chance to win.
Right.
Okay? And then they're happy about it. They're excited. They're good. And we like watching it. So, like, why are we trying to take that away? I don't like it. Let 'em
Because the
have their fun.
NFL is the no fun
They're
league.
soft, but
That's
they're
fact.
soft.
Like, how are you going to, like, I'm a Cowboys fan. So, CeeDee Lamb, my boy, he gets popped for his socks not being long enough. They charge him like $10,000 because his socks don't cover his knees or some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
their
dumb.
uniform rules are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, they did a little stat thing where he had been fined more money for his uniform violations than some of the people that done, like, dirty late hits
Yeah.
had been fined. And it's like, really? What are you doing?
But
Like-
then you can't taunt, so it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, they don't make any
I
sense.
don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Me neither. If you want any more football talk,
Do we have a show for you?
do we
Yes.
have a show
Not-
for you?
not
us,
we.
Not
but,
we, but
but
we can
like-
recommend.
we can send you over to Jaff's.
Joffs.
Just another football show.
Great show.
It is a great show.
Love them.
Confusing name, but
And boys, it's getting close. We got to be setting up this.
We will start talking
about beer dart tourney.
we're gonna start setting this beer dart tournament up.
here we go.
Our first couple episodes, I know we talked about it a lot, and then we haven't really done much with it since. But we're also waiting for it to get warmer outside so we can do this outside.
And I was busy winning this giant trophy over here, so
Yeah, there is
I
that.
did not forget about the trophy. It's been on screen.
just bringing it in a little bit closer so everyone can see it. Here it is again, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, it's still there.
But we're coming for you, Joffs.
Yeah,
We're coming. Big darts, little darts, don't matter.
anything, any darts.
I don't know about any darts, but
Like, not like Nerf darts. Like, then we're going to be screwed. They'll be like, yeah, we'll use these metal tips. You guys shoot Nerf guns.
I see the point on both sides. But I like drinking, so I don't mind the big darts. Like we play faster games. It is what it is.
Right. I mean, I say we play 3 rounds with 3 different sets of darts, and then
See,
best 2 out of 3 wins.
let's do it. We'll figure it all out.
Bring it.
Bring it.
Bring it.
All right, Nick, you got anything else?
No, other than the duster.
Oh yeah, okay.
I had a relapse.
quick
one.
duster story.
I had a relapse when I walked into the house tonight.
aerosol can duster blower thing.
Oh, okay.
I have one downstairs for just like blowing dust off of shit. And Nick saw it and had a flashback.
I did. This one time at band camp, and we lived in Arizona at the time, in Glendale, and we lived in an apartment when it was me, Stoner, Jason, and Jason's girlfriend at the time, Erin. And Erin normally had the room with Jason, and me and Stoner split the living room because it was only 1-bedroom apartment, but it was super fucking expensive to live down there, and we had just moved down there, so we were staying with them until we could get a place. and Erin hated it. I never had
I can imagine.
I never had any problems with Erin. She was cool. Her and Stoner didn't see eye to eye, and so it was just always rough. Anyway,
So hold on real quick. So did they live down there first?
yeah, they moved down there like a month before.
And then so her boyfriend's two buddies just came to live in the
she
living
knew
room.
us from up here too.
Okay,
So
okay.
she was from here too.
I'm just devil's advocate over here. I'm like,
but
I'd probably be
basically,
pretty upset.
it was
too.
kind of a plan. She knew about the plan. I
Okay.
wasn't too upset. Like I said, we always had a good time. We had a couple good nights with her when we did some random stuff with when Jason worked for motocross, and she was a photographer. So we got to go down and like press passes, and she's take pictures and shit. It was a fun time.
Nice.
But so anyway, we were a little annihilated, and it's like
Not to nitpick here. Can you be a little annihilated?
yeah. Yeah.
It's like,
So-
I just said we were a little
I'm
annihilated.
like, are you not
so-
listening to me?
At one point, I was wrecked, but I was so tired at this point that I felt like I should have been sleeping. This might have been one of my only dreams, but I was awake. But it felt,
So it wasn't a
no,
dream.
it felt
What?
like a dream. It was a daydream.
So wait, hold on. So can you daydream?
Yeah.
But you can't night dream.
And it was really crazy. If I daydream, my eyes are open. Like you ever like you feel like I just space out, but like I'm not like I'm
Oh,
sleeping.
yeah.
My eyes are wide open, so I feel like I'm still looking at something. But anyway, it's like 5:30 in the morning, and she had to get up early to go to school in the morning, and we were obnoxious from about 1 to about 4:45, and there's extracurriculars all over this situation, and like I said, about 4:45, 5 o'clock, South Park comes on the TV like randomly on Comedy Central at 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's the Air Duster episode where they're all like running around shooting air duster, and sure as fucking shit, there's a can of fucking air duster sitting right next to Jason's TV. So we, great decisions when you're young. Decide to start.
Just when you're young, not when you're a little annihilated.
No.
Yeah, I'm sure
And,
that had nothing
this
to do with it.
this partially had to do with some of the annihilation after the fact. We all ripped some duster, and it was a wild time. Okay, so the best part about it, because I mean, you sound like, hey guys, like it fucks with your talking and shit too. So we're all three already wrecked, and we start ripping on this duster, and I'm fucking crying. I'd never laughed so hard in my fucking life, bud. And I'm sitting like I am now. Stoner's in the center. Jason's there. Jason's got his back to his hallway where his room's at. And fucking Jason power wagons this fucking hit, bud. And he, out of nowhere, bless her fucking heart, just starts talking shit about Erin because she had been waking up and fucking yelling at us from the other room. So he's
For
just,
good reason.
yeah, and she's just fucking, she comes up and she's literally 2 feet behind him, and he's got his back to her, just fucking, oh fuck, that's so big, oh, and his voice is all fucking shit, and I cannot stop laughing.
You guys can see her.
Yeah,
right?
me and Sir Bolt, and I'm
Fantastic.
fucking dying. And he thinks we're laughing at him because he thinks we're funny, so it's Jason, so he just keeps
So
rolling.
he keeps
Oh,
doing
just
it.
rolling,
Oh,
bud.
yeah.
And
Oh, yeah,
finally,
feeds into it.
finally, literally, I was just like, stop. And he's like, what, man? I was like, turn around. She's fucking standing there. I swear to God, I thought she was going to slit his throat. Literally. It was fun times. But yeah, the old duster. Like I said, you forget about these moments, and then you see a can of air duster. You're like, no, I want no part of that, bud.
Takes me back.
Takes me back.
Oh my god.
The old glory days.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah,
fucking
air
great.
duster.
Wow.
All
That
because
was
of
a-
South Park, and that was the craziest thing. Like South Park came on, bad decisions. Oh look, they're hitting Duster. Oh shit, there's Duster right there, bud. Fuck, pull it back.
I would ask, like, if you saw someone jump off a bridge, if you would do it, but I know your answer would be yes, so I won't even ask the question.
Even better, I once convinced somebody.
I once convinced someone to jump
Jump
off
off
a
a
bridge.
Did you also jump off, or did you just
No,
convince them to do
but-
it? You're like a fucking cult leader, bud.
Here's another thing. Somebody else did willingly jump off to go save the person that jumped off.
They needed
So-
saving?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay.
You convinced them to jump off of something that they would need saving from
All right,
afterwards?
so Shane Cross, I'm going to tell the story. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
Nicholas.
brother. I'm sorry, but right by my house, the gravel road south, like right as you go Highway 5. We always fished off the bridge down there on the gravel road.
Yeah.
And it was probably 3 or 4 years ago now. And it had flooded. It had been raining like a motherfucker. But it was like July, August, so it was warm outside. But the river was high. Normally there's a pretty good drop off down in, and the river's not very big. It's the North River. But it was up and flowing. And we were drinking, like just hanging out. And Shane, love him. I worked with him for a few, 3-4 years, and would always like one up him. He'd try to get one up somebody.
Yeah.
So I did convince Shane into jumping off of the bridge, and he's like, "I'll fucking do it." I was like, "Oh God!" And so he jumps off this bridge, and it's fucking raging, like full current. And normally, like I said, if you jumped on it right now, that it wouldn't, granted it'd be frozen, but like the level of where it normally is, it probably
You would not sink.
Yeah.
No, the jump would be scarier because it's a drop, but
Right.
the jump wasn't as bad. It didn't look that bad. But once he hit, and he jumped right off the middle, so he's in the middle of this, then just fucking going downstream. Well, I didn't know this motherfucker can't like swim.
Oh my
Like
god.
he can tread water.
Jesus.
So I just naturally assumed if somebody was willing to jump into a river, they knew what
That's
they were
okay.
doing.
That's a fair
So,
point.
I literally thought we were gonna have to like pull some sort of 911. I just fucked up. This kid's about to fucking die. Like that's what it looked like. And he is literally crappie flopping his way over to the bank because it's still high, and he's just trying to grab onto something. So he makes it like down around the corner, and he's like hanging onto this tree, and it's like, oh my God, like he's okay, but he's not going to be able to get up onto the bank. So he's just holding on for dear life. Like how the fuck long can he do this? So little Gertie out of nowhere, just like natural instincts. Whew, there he goes, right off the bridge. Just jumps off that fucker. Swims over to Shane in the current, pulls him up and throws him on the bank. And keep in mind the bank, since it had been flooded, is pure mud. Like a straight mudslide back up to the bridge. So he's already exhausted, worn out, and he's trying to fucking climb this mud bank and finally flops back up onto the bridge, and he's just completely like scared shitless, covered in fucking mud. And I'm like, where the fuck did Gertie go? Like he came out and just literally like saved you from this abyss and nobody can find him. That little scrawny motherfucker had swam back upstream and was fucking climbing up the concrete pillar of the bridge. Like literally hugged his way
Jesus.
back up it and climbed up to the top. And so he was not all muddy. He's like, I'm not getting muddy. He's like, I jumped in, I'm wet, but no, I'm not looking like that. So yeah, I literally thought we were gonna lose a guy, bud. It really didn't look that bad till it hit the
That
water.
you convinced to jump into
Yeah,
said water.
so I think the moral of the story here
Don't
is
convince
don't convince
people to do
people to
it.
jump off of
'Cause
bridges.
I
I
wouldn't
think
have
the
fucking
idea
done
is
it.
don't listen to anything that Nick says.
No.
That's
Like
also
whenever
a very
Nick
true
says
statement.
it's going to be a good idea, it won't be.
Unless I do it myself. If I wouldn't do it, why the fuck would you do it?
Even if you do it, I don't know if I would follow you.
Again, just because you do it does not mean that's a good idea. I think, if anything, you've proven that tonight.
Yeah, I think a couple of these stories here.
Duster.
Boy, howdy.
Well, I think that's a good place to end.
Before I incriminate myself too much.
I'm just going to pull my trophy in over here.
Yep.
He is still alive and well, though, so let's clarify.
Well, that's
He's
good.
fine.
I'm glad you didn't kill somebody.
God damn.
You got to know the whole story, too. It's not like it was like I just was like, hey, go jump off that bridge. There was some leading up to it, but it's okay. It's not important.
Yeah, we don't have time for that.
No, it's not important.
You're a fucking cult leader, bud.
Pretty much.
There was some back and forth over the previous month. So,
About jumping off a bridge?
no, just random life things. He had never mind. Well, like I said, we're not going to get into it. But on this street, he had sideswiped a flatbed pickup on Chad Street. I could tell you that's a different story for a different day, though. But
What does that have to do with jumping off a bridge?
it led up
I
to
have
this.
no idea.
It led up to this point. There, like I said, there was about a month or two of straight like fucking with each other. And
Was it your truck that he sideswiped?
No, it was some dude.
I don't understand the relevance.
Yeah, I'm so confused. All right, well, we'll be back next week.
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I don't want to go into detail because it's a big story. But
Okay.
I'll tell
We
you.
can
I'll
talk
tell you
about it
off
later.
air.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I am the champion, my friends. I was going to say we, but like...
At least I wasn't the loser.
I was thinking about this today. How did we not put some kind of like punishment for last
Yeah.
place.
For tanking.
For Nick over here.
For tanking.
Because I think maybe the reason we didn't because it has to be
'Cause
unanimous, and Nick knew he wasn't actually going to try.
Yeah.
So
I tried.
I think he tried. It's just
for 2 weeks,
yeah.
Yeah. I gave up once I knew you guys were fucking dropping weight like flies.
so we're trying.
Yes.
Yeah.
But a year from now,
12 pounds.
12 pounds down.
Baby. Hey,
That's
slow and
good.
steady wins the race.
There we go.
All right, guys. We'll see you next
Deuces.
week.
All right.
Love you.
Jackalopes for life.
Jackalopes. Is that like juggalos?
No, no, it's not. No.
Okay.
No.
All right. All right. Love you guys.
Bye.